Hello, everybody. If anyone's here, probably not soon, but I thought I'd do a real quick conversation, see if anybody shows up. But I've got 4 roles. If you saw my earlier video today, I went to the bank, and on the bank, gave me a little notice saying that the Federal Reserve is now rationing out coins. I did not know that. I had not been in a while to the bank, and that's when I was told that we can only get 1 roll of each, no boxes anymore. So as soon as someone walks in the door or into the conversation room, I'll start pulling these out and see what I can get. Now on the pennies, I'll keep all the copper. I'll send back all the shields. I'll check them out. I got my webcam over here on the computer. I have this one here that's on my phone, and then I've got a second scope. And we'll see who's here. It's Friday night, so most people should be either out or just coming home or going to bed. But kind of took a nap this evening after dinner, which happens to be the usual case for me. So then when I wake up at 12:30, I'm wide awake. So with that in mind, we'll just wait to see who comes in the door. Shh. Everybody's quiet. I'll be right back. I forgot to take my medicine. That's what I forgot to do. Hey, Hoobie, how you doing? Hey, Vern, how you guys?
Thanks for asking.
Sorry, that was my phone. I didn't know it was on. So what are you up to tonight? I'm doing okay. Melissa, do you know Vern? Vern, do you know Melissa? You know, I haven't talked to you in quite a while, young Missy. I got this new setup for the way I've been experimenting with my computer. I've got my phone wirelessly hooked up to my computer. I have a webcam, but I can't get it working in one of my USBs, I'm sorry. And then I have my microscope for looking coins up close. Good. You guys know each other. Anyway, so I went to the bank today and I wanted to pick up some, well, actually, I was going to pick up a box of each and order some halves. And hey, young corn hunter, how you doing? Oh, really? How you doing, young corn hunter? How you doing? Yeah, I hadn't been to the bank in a long time, so I did not know that um, the Federal Reserve was rationing coins. Now, here's my two thoughts. Production is low, but why would they not send out coins that they're sitting on now? There's got to be old boxes still around in the back, and if it gets low enough, maybe you might find some new coins out there in circulation due to the fact that if they don't rotate their dates, then either a lot of people are holding on to their coins at home in jars and whatever, um, or the fact that they'll be pulling out some boxes that may come out, and you'll probably see a lot of older coins coming out in circulation because they're opening in boxes and they're deleting it to the bottom. What do you think? Hey, Prim, how you doing? Check my email. Okay. Okay, checking my email. Going to the email. Ah, nice. I downloaded just now, sir. Okay. So anyway, Trey is Trey's treasures. Vern? Okay. Let's see. There we go. Trey is Trey's treasures. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, okay, Morgantis. I need to look for Tom. He he blocked you where? On his channel, or can't be mine.
Where's that little thing with wheels?
Oh, good.
I put it in the kitchen. Oh, dear. Oh, boy. Oh, I need to.
So, which one's YouTube?
You better ask your dad if you can.
Huh?
Huh?
This is on my phone now.
I'm on my phone now because somebody's taking over my computer.
Actually, this is my cell phone. That's on my laptop. I got it hooked up wirelessly to my computer so I can have this one here,
Mhm.
and then I have this also.
I knew you did have a plan of doing that.
Yeah, and it makes it a lot easier. I got this hooked up too. So I'm gonna open 4 of these rolls just as we're talking. I went to sleep on the floor, and I shouldn't have, but anyway, now I'm gonna be awake. Oh, you got knocked off, or did I knock you off? There you are again.
Yeah, I'm back.
Was that my fault?
No, I was going to flip the camera around and then I was like, oops, that's not going to work.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot of times. I can't tell if I touched it or not, and all of a sudden it goes to something else.
Well, on the phone, it seems to not want to let me do that unless I do it before I get put on panel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, with the computer, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm trying. I found my old Creative Labs webcam. I plugged it in. It recognizes it as a computer, but I don't have the drivers, and I'm looking for it now. So I can have 3 devices, up to 4 devices actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Right here.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Anyway, so how's
Oh, dear.
Dumbest TikToks, and this is what you found. Welcome back to
I picked up some junk silver at the coin shop today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Super.
Yay.
Come on up, Super.
Here, headphone time, lady.
Yeah, I gotta see if it's him. Yo, I do the same thing. I say yo a lot.
What are you doing? Okay.
Is someone there with you?
Yeah, Maya's watching YouTube on my
Oh, okay.
computer, so I'm giving her my wireless headphones to put on.
Yeah, I've been playing around with it, lately because I haven't been on very much. There's Stern. Hey guys. There we go. And so I got this set up now that I can have up to 4 devices hooked up.
That's awesome. I can do 3 USB and 1 HDMI.
Yeah, I can't believe they only give me 4 rolls.
Oh my gosh, I get more than that from the gas station in a day.
Well, they said they started putting up the signs of the coin shortage in like random stores and shit now. It's not even just like a bank thing, but like there's signs up at like King Supers and fucking Targets and shit.
Really?
Talking about the national coin shortage. Yeah. Straight up. I can believe here now. I don't know what I was watching today that told me, but yeah, he had got a mail from somebody saying that they had just seen it at like the store he was at.
Yeah, I was kind of. Well, I haven't been out of my house really, except for groceries and a doctor's like that. And I hadn't gone to the bank, and I haven't even turned in. I've got $200 coins right here, and I haven't turned them in. So they said, "Bring them in, please."
Yeah, the coin geek is the one who said it. Because right after that, he talks about how he was like, I thought we were about to not have coins anymore because I figured we were going to go fully digital and all electronic. He's like, turns out that was fucking wrong. We have 2 months. We have 2 months of a shutdown where fucking Coinstars and banks haven't allowed us coin collectors to return any of the shit, and all of a sudden the fucking shit goes into fucking haywire.
Yep. So
Do
I,
you know how much? Stillwater's got like $2,000 in change he needs to take back to the bank, but he can't find a bank that will allow him to do it.
kidding me? The ones in my town, they're begging for us to turn them in. They said, roll them up. We'll take them.
I bet he can now, yeah. But like before the coin shortage thing was a thing last week. I mean, because it sprung up out of effing nowhere. Before that was a thing, no bank would allow you to turn in change.
Well, that sucks. Wait a minute. No bank
I
would
couldn't-
allow you to.
Nope, my banks out here wouldn't either. They said they would give me change, but they couldn't accept it.
Huh.
I'm gonna go down now and see tomorrow and see if they're still saying that. But the last time I was at the bank, like less than a month ago, they told me that they could give change, but they could not accept it in any way, shape, or form. Not even if you were trying to trade out change for more change.
Wow, it does work. I'm able to change out my cam to my scope. Oh, Melissa again. Yeah, she'll be back. 1776. There she is. Hooray!
Hi.
Stop those fingers, will you?
Well, I was plugging in my earbuds, and I have to restart
Oh,
for
okay.
them to work. So I was plugging little
No,
bits into one thing
you
and
go to
plugging myself into another, and yeah.
If you go into the audio cam section and hit the audio, and it'll give you the options of wired headphone or speakerphone again. And it
I can't
works.
hear anything you're saying, dude.
Oh, did that tin can?
No, not you. Tim's trying to talk to me, and these things are literally like earplugs. What?
I'm taking that out there. Rolling. Put those wheels on.
I thought so. Later. All right.
And
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was like, damn.
Now it's time.
ooh, I haven't got
But
this
yeah,
one.
I've been playing with that feature myself. So yeah, if you go into the cam mic section and go into the mic and click wired headphone, it'll let you go back and forth again.
What I need to do is get some earbuds too. You know, but I want Bluetooth on that. Would that make a difference? Or should
No,
I hardwire?
it really doesn't matter. I mean, do you want to be tethered to your laptop while you are on headphone? I mean, that's about the only difference.
Yeah. One, I know one of them has a built-in mic. I kind of like that idea.
As what most scopes do. I mean, at least my last scope did, the one that had the screen attached to it, because you could press record and it would record audio and video. Because
I know.
you would take a little memory card, and when you plug in the memory card into something else, it would actually have audio behind it.
Yeah, so I'm able to transfer my cameras. Hey, Darren's here. Hey, Darren.
Yo.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, got to mute. Hang on, boys. Mute.
Hey, Darren, how's it going?
Good.
I haven't turned this over yet.
Oh, and my phone wasn't charged enough for me to do the desktop version, so I am unable to see any chat for at least the next hour. Just so
I don't know, dear. It's not working.
Yeah, so just so everybody in chat knows, if there's anybody there, say hello. My bad.
Well, I was surprised that when I went to the bank, I didn't think it would be this bad, and not in 2 months.
Yeah, they said for stores to start asking for exact change, because that's the easiest way for them to get their change back without looking like assholes. Because he said it was there was a letter that said pennies could be the difference of poverty and profit.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God, yeah.
That's a little exaggerate. Well, maybe not.
Yeah. Watch CoinGeek's one of his newest videos that he talks about it. It's like one of his last 3. It's like a 6-minute video or so. Super informational.
Oh, man. Nice, young coin hunter. Hey, Pops.
Hey, Pop.
How's it going?
Oh, did YCH talk about the C over or the S over S?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Golly. What do you have an unlimited bank account or something there, young coin hunter? I forgot. He's single. I forgot. He's single.
Yeah.
He's
He
not.
dodged the bullet when he didn't go to prom with me. Anyway.
Oh my God. I could say something, but I don't want to do that right now. You're my friend.
No, we have a little more age difference than that. Hey, David Carlisle.
Excuse me,
Right? He's like 15.
but even between you and I, there's an age difference. You'd be old enough to be my daughter.
Right? I'd be
Yeah.
old enough to be your niece.
Well, that would be an older niece than a younger niece. Hey, Dave's not here.
There isn't.
Well, I tell you, one roll of quarters, and I got a San Antonio P. That's it. Wouldn't it be funny to get a whole roll of Mercury dimes right now? That'd be great.
I feel like somebody in the chat was offering one last night.
Really? How much?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Oh,
But he's in here right now. Hey, Shaka-Tan. How's it going?
hey, Shaka-Tan, how you doing? I've only heard of you. I haven't had a chance to talk to you yet, but you're welcome. It's the
He's my genius golfer buddy.
Oh, really?
With a cute Boston Terrier. A healthy one.
Oh, my next door neighbor. Remember I told you I wanted a Doberman?
Yep.
My next door neighbor got one, and he kind of like put it in my face, and then he gives it away because he can't deal with the puppy.
So you're the dog father, and
No, he gave the dog away to a neighbor down the street.
oh
What?
no.
Yeah.
I should have
you
known
can
that when
wonder-
you said he changed the name within a week's time. I'm like, the dog's name got changed already.
Yeah.
Because it was like, what, Toby or
Toby.
Toby, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you said the name was different, and I thought, you don't do that to a dog.
Now I know why I got a scope. I can't. I thought it was a 64. That would have been nice.
Yeah, I've been exiled from my scope tonight.
Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
Because Miss Maya is making her geological finds of my rocks.
Oh, that's
Really?
pretty good. That's a good reason.
That's cool.
Yeah. She's like, let's make a video. And I'm like, you can make whatever videos you want, lady. And then she's like, okay, I'm done. Which means, will you clean up my mess? Like, yes.
I found another variety I hope exists.
Let's hear about it. You already know we want to.
It's a 71 proof dime.
You got to step. Dang.
You're going to have me going through my proofs again.
Yeah, this is like, it's got some machine doubling down on one side for sure, but this is absolutely a notch and a little split. And the letters are so wide that the T and R are joined together.
You know, you have me so like hesitant to ever get rid of any of those since I bought them.
I know. I keep trying to get rid of them, so I look at it. I try to really go over like a couple sets fully, so I know I don't get rid of something. And every time I do, I'll be almost done. Like this set, I was on my last coin because I look at Dimes Lat, and bam, so son of a bitch
Smacked you in the face and said, "Hello."
You know, I was
right
thinking,
here. His bust, the bottom of his bust,
Mhm.
hey,
it's like two slightly different designs were used. Because
Okay,
one
I
is
knew
like,
about somebody saying, "Oh, it was you probably." The torch having well, I'll just say like it's accentuated through the torch flames at the top.
oh yeah,
changed
so
linear.
that's any dime after 1970. Well, it would be 68 because it's the reverse of 68. So it's 69, 70, 71, and 72.
That potentially
has
have the 68 on the back.
Yes. And it's
Yeah.
the really strong center torch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich, I should have looked that up because I found out one that Rich Callie has because he has one that we were just
Oh, dude,
doing
I was
yesterday.
watching that like what 2
Yeah.
mornings ago. Yeah, because he was like, "Ooh," he said, "Yeah, there you go. You're welcome."
Yeah. And then I asked him a day later how much it was when he looked it up, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't end up looking that up. I didn't see." I was like, "You blind sack of shit."
I know. That's funny. I mean, I didn't know that conversation took place, but you gotta love him. That's
Like
respectable.
I want to look it up just because I'm curious. Yeah, I didn't know how distinct it really was until I actually saw the back of his time, and I was like, "No, I know that's wrong. I know that's
Right.
wrong."
It's like you know it's a thing, but you don't remember the numbers on every last pricing of.
Yeah, that one
I don't know with you. It depends on how much you.
Yeah, that one I don't think I've ever really searched the price for us. I think I would actually have that logged up in the brain library.
Right.
Vern Lapointe says, "You want rocks? I've got tons of them."
Is that supposed to be funny?
I like rocks, geodes especially. I'm a huge fan of garnets and such.
That's pretty much what. Well, I'm putting up fluorite and geode and
Oh, this is showing the color of green really good today.
garnets. Oh, that's what started the whole thing. Was I got out that. Hey Maya, that's what that looks like. Not under the scope. She's impressed. I showed her the piece of that you gave me.
Oh, she's on the other side?
Huh?
She's on the other side of you? Not,
Oh.
I mean, the other side of your screen.
Yeah, well, I've got earbuds in, and she's sitting on the futon in here. But yeah,
Oh,
And she's
okay.
using the scope to look at rocks.
no, she's done. That's what I was clanging them around because I was putting them back up.
Oh, that reminds me. I got a rock tumbler for my grandson, and we have all these rocks that we sort of found, but we bought them. And I'm supposed to put them in the rock tumbler, smooth them out, right?
Mhm.
God, they're noisy.
I was
Yes,
gonna
it
say
is. You put that in the garage, bro.
I wanted one of those so bad when I was little. My mom was like, "Not no, but hell no."
I had one because she didn't realize how loud it was, and then we turned it on one time, and she was like, "Fuck that shit."
My mom must have known a guy that knew a guy because she's like, "Mm-mm."
Yeah, we had no idea, and then all of a
But
sudden,
I
my
need
parents
it.
found it. It's like the machine itself was louder, then the rocks rolling around in there is like exponentially louder than that.
I thought it was small and looked harmless. I think I ended up getting like toilet paint instead. She's like, make a mess with that. At least it peels off and stuff, and I don't have to hear it forever.
We got light brights.
I'm trying to remember
Yeah.
that one we had is called Spiral Art, I think it was.
Spirograph.
Spirograph. There you go.
Oh my god, those suck now.
They do? Oh
Yes.
yeah. I have the original one.
Yeah, the original one was good. You could actually put like the rounded pins in.
Mhm.
It had the rounded top so the thing would stay in place. Now they give you like, the gummy stuff that you hang stuff up at school with.
Yeah, it's
instead of
not.
tape. And it won't stay in place because
Nope.
my buddy's kids got one. And I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, that thing's great. And I was like, oh, let's get it out. And then, yeah, it was like, Aunt Hoover, this is crappy. Like, I'm not the one that bought it. I just knew they were fun to play with. But they just like safety proofed it to now it's not even fun.
Yeah, you can't even get pins for those little round pins that you would go inside of the circle.
Yeah, because they looked like the ones like you'd stick in a map instead
Yeah.
of just the regular old.
Yeah, my mom would use them because it would be good for her patterns as she put them down.
Oh, darn, Vern, I'm very sorry. I wasn't reading the chat because it was on my phone and the TV, and I was picking up rocks. But I will look at it right now.
Hello, California greenhorn fisherman. I've seen your name before. I don't think we've talked very much. Yeah, I've been sleeping because it's hot. I take afternoon naps now. Jeez, I'm more awake now than ever before during these hours. Before I can blame you.
Well, see, I used to stay up like this because I would be up at the storage units at the main building, and it's an all metal basically like
Uh-huh.
a barn. So when I thought I was going to have my resale shop on the front, I would go up there, after 9, 10 o'clock at night and start cleaning and painting and stuff like that. And
Okay.
because, it was still, well, if you're lucky, maybe 80 degrees in there instead of like 100.
Well, I don't miss my delivery days, I tell you that much.
Could I, Pastern
Yes.
in the Grave Picker's Guide, is there a 1956D quarter DDR?
One moment, please. Let me find where I put that book. There it is.
Apron.
Apron.
What's up, buddy?
How you been?
Yes.
Okay.
I got a 42.
That's one right there
You talk about
that your thing's plugged into. Do you need? Yeah.
42.
You're welcome.
RPM 1, 56 D over D. Awesome.
Okay, so from 56
Is that
to
what you-
60,
Wrong size.
from 56 to 64, there's a Type B reverse variety that you can find as well. That involves the leaf being connected to the A in dollar, as well as basically all of the ends of the
Okay.
arrow tips being connected to the other leaf. And now let me switch to the page. And there's an RPM.
You're welcome.
And it's an inverted mid-mark RPM, so it looks like such.
right here.
What you doing, label?
That's the one he's talking about, I think.
Um,
I can't do it.
You can. It just takes a little maneuver.
And the inverted or the Type B reverse.
I always thought Mercury was
I have the.
It's gonna be this connection here, and then what they're emphasizing is this connection here. Those are going to be drastically different from the Type A versus Type B. And for the 56, the Type A or the Type B, the variety is if you can get an AU50, it's worth $25. The one that's more expensive is the 1960 and beyond. Yeah. So 1960 and 1961, they're a bit more expensive, and then the rest are pretty cheap. But if you can find the 1963 with that Type B reverse and an MS63, that's $150,
nice.
right? I love this book. I read it every
I
day.
like it.
Vern, I'm confused. Is wood, agate, opal?
What was that?
I said to Vern, I was confused. He said third generation collection, wood, agate, opal, you name it. I don't know if it was some crazy thing where they all got stuck together. You never know.
Found a 98. What do you chances are this is going to be a wide AM? No.
Better than it is if it was a 99.
That's a closed AM.
Yeah, I've never found any of them.
He said we used to play with Mercury before it was dangerous.
Mercury's always dangerous.
Mercury's dangerous.
They got Mercury.
Yeah, I remember breaking thermometers that used to break them open to play with how they would beat up and all that, and then they went to another kind of element.
Do you remember when they used to sell that that periodic element set that had like a little bottle of every or of a lot of stuff?
No.
That little chemistry. It was older than, I think it might have been older than me, but I remember somebody had it in my family.
That's back when they made a spirograph cool.
That's what, that's when toys were cool.
I know talking trucks were made out of metal and still exist today in working condition.
I still have mine.
All of ours are at the cabin, used as like an aggressive Tonka set, and they were great. You spray them down WD-40 once every few years.
Sure, we used to ride down we used to slide down, like we went to the park and they had hills. We used to ride them down the hills as racers.
Oh, bro, yeah, and they worked fine. You beat the
Oh,
brakes
yeah.
out of them with a hammer.
I even have the skip loader, the one with the handle on it.
Oh, yeah, no, we got all them bad boys. Yeah, the one with
What
the double
is
handle.
a skip loader?
Really long boom arm. Shovel. So, thing that scoops up dirt and puts it in the back of the open bed.
Man, I like the
Trick.
old Liberty.
Oh, dude, they've got 2 playground toys like that.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The old Tonka truck ones. The ones that were.
No, I meant
metal.
like literally, it's from the playground. Like you, boom, it's a pole. It goes in the ground.
Oh, you have like the big ass. That's cool.
Like, yeah. I bet my was going to be resale shop. Actually, did I even get those and bring them home? Crud. I don't think I did.
So we found a 68 Lincoln proof PDO. This one,
It
I
might be
think
worth.
this one.
It might be worth for
What's
me to buy a bag of pennies, 5,000 pennies.
Yeah, I think this one will go to grading.
How much is that bag?
This one is.
Is that
It would depend. If you want all wheats, it's going to be expensive. They say that they'll be from 1909 to 1958, but no guarantees on all the dates. But I'm pretty sure they picked them.
cool? You know how much the red book is?
What was that again?
Like 10, 15 bucks. If you do the Whitman thing, it's $7. Go to
or I mean the
if you go to Hobby Lobby and open any of the coin albums, a little slip's gonna fall out of it. It has a $7 send this into Whitman, and you'll get an option of what you want back. But they have little ads in all of these like push Whitman things. You guys probably have a million of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll make your red book like $7.
the mega the mega. I mean, sorry.
I find that to be a not worth it book to buy. So I don't know the price of that.
I found a
Would you
19.
rather have that book
Yeah.
than pictures?
The Cherry Picker's Guide, yeah, a couple $100, I think, is what they're sitting at now. Bastards. Me and Hoovy got lucky and got one copy of one edition before they went astronomically expensive.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
And
Did you find it or did you buy it?
I actually
I
got
bought-
mine at a coin shop.
Young, I bought this. Man.
69.
I like the 56. So usually anything 56, I'll try to get before. But now I want to get a laptop, so everything's for sale. Unless it was a gift.
So I got a 55 proof set for sale, but those things are about $140. I only have one 56 proof set, or else I would say I forgot I had that one. But that's in the permanent stack.
You guys, how about this one? Let's see.
Young Coin Hunter wants to ask Primo, did you find that 56D RPM DD01? I mean, I'm sorry, DRPM 01, or did you buy it?
Yeah, I bought it. Can you guys hear me?
You're glitchy, but yeah, we can hear you.
Welcome back. I'm gonna.
I bought it.
There,
I got my area back.
I bought mine.
You know, one night I was really bad. Oh, the other night I was online with Rich, 7.5 hours streaming.
I think I
Yeah,
might
you're
do some of that.
I was in there.
Yeah, I was beat the next day.
Yeah, that was the marathon one. I believe lasted till 11 a.m. my time, maybe. It was a long one. I looked at the time on it and I thought there is no way it was less than like 8 hours because I was like, I'm painting. I'm hanging the curtains back up. Like that time to draw it. Oh my god.
Well, out of 4 rolls, I only got one good coin, 42 nickel, 42 Denver.
Oh.
Hey, that's cool actually. Because out of all the nickel boxes I've ever been through, 42 is the one year I have never found any of. I've never found a San Francisco, Denver, Philly, or the silver, or the actual nickel. I've never found a 42 nickel.
I got a few, I think.
I found a 38S, a 38D.
Crap. Hector, that reminds me. I still have a roll sitting around here for you for something. I don't remember what, but I know your name's on it. Nichols. It was Nichols, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
What did I have show up at my front door the other day? I think I already told you this.
I got this one today. It was on the ground. It's a Mexican 20 cent. It was a little bit shinier than the black tarp, so I picked it up and I said, "Oh, not a nickel." Wait a minute. Is it the same size? Nope, smaller than a nickel, American nickel, but it's thinner and it's got writing on the side of it, on the rim. You can't see it there. Oh no, it's reeded. Partial. Like railroad. I didn't know that. Anyway, so that's what I got out of 4 rolls. 1 quarter, 1 nickel, 1 dime, and 1 penny. Then I'm keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 copper pennies. I'm going to change cameras and show you what I'm doing now. This is what it looks like. Can you guys see that? This is all I got.
Nice.
So now I need to do is now that I got this down a little bit better, the way I got my camera set up, I really want to set it up so that I can have a desk, leave it, organize it so that everything's on the wall or on the desk or on the shelf. That's my next project. Especially if you can't get coins right now.
Weird.
Oh yeah, so let me close it.
It doesn't belong.
I put some of those up, but I think I think I told you guys that it's like 25 or 26 war nickel.
Andrew Copper, 1977. Good morning, all. Thank you.
Andrew Copper. Oh, I just decided a new
Andrew
channel
Cooper.
for myself. Yes. Not to change it to, but to add to it. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've already got Johnny Cash and Oliver for the corgis and just flat out Hoover. So
Has anybody got any 2020 quarters of the late? Not
Yeah.
stuff, it's just regular.
No, I've found 2020 dimes and pennies.
You did?
yeah.
You got a box, or you mean you just got a
No,
couple?
literally, you said did anybody get like any?
Yeah, any Philadelphia, Denver.
Denver's Phillies. And I've already put some away, but the new one, yeah. Tim gave me like 3 of those tonight, I think. So they're around.
There's a 71 proof nickel DDO.
I keep trying to get them from the gas station, and it's just not working out well. But yeah, it's gonna. I have to say about that. Oh, no. That's 19. Oh, there we go. Not with the whole size.
Now these are the trays I've been using to organize all my coins, and then I'll roll them up. And there are 13 slots. Sorry?
Oh no, I'm talking to myself. I need my catalog notebook.
I thought you were having a freak out saying, no good, no good. Hey, Andrew Cooper, and good night, Burn the Point. I will talk to you later. I don't know if I necessarily need rocks, but I've got enough in my head, but we'll talk. But thank you for offering. Andrew, where the heck is my swimsuit?
Okay, that one's done for the 60s.
Oh, knock $1 off of it, whatever it was. Yeah, that one, I think they were both these.
That was one strategy.
Not that guy. Back.
I just watched that video where he was showing off something on Mint State and dropped it, and he was like, "Oh, well, there goes $5."
Oh, with the Franklins?
Yeah, whatever video he was doing when he was trying to show it off to somebody, he fucking drops it. He's showing it for Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge was almost.
I usually go, I got $5 off that. Knock $1 off. I told kid, I was like, keep big old bear paws off that stuff and just wait till you can slow down and you're not trying to hurry up and put it away.
Yep. You don't rush coins. You don't rush coins in any way, shape, or form, or you lose money every time, and that is not a joke.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose money you could have had. You literally lose coins or lose what you had, or you fucking don't rush. I've lost every single time.
Coin World, how you doing?
Hey, Dale, how you been?
Nice to see you, guy.
Don't call me God, man.
Don't call you guy?
No, it's the South Park thing. You said, "What's up, guy?" And in South Park, you reply with, "Don't call me God, friend."
1973S, 1970S,
Large or small?
1970S, 1970S.
That's my favorite.
Large or small date.
1971S.
That's why I'd be like, well, that's the first ones I'm going to go back and look at later when I'm not busy talking.
Bill challenged me last night on the small date versus large date pickup points for the 70S. He was like, "You got that backwards with the weak Liberty," and I was like, "No, Bill."
I might have fell asleep because I don't remember. Yeah, I had to.
I was like, "This is my date." He goes, "This is the one date that I am that confident in that I can say no, I am not wrong here." He's like, "No, you are.
No, you're
You're absolutely right." And I was like, "Nope, I am sure that I'm not. So Google will fix this one because I'm not going to be the one to look it up because I'm sure I'm not wrong."
So
We didn't talk about it anymore.
I'm gonna send you the
Yeah.
Go over to Liberty.
Liberty. Okay.
Yep.
Does Darren want me to be allergic to him on purpose, or does I guess he doesn't know?
I don't think he knows. I guess I don't know.
I just looked up and noticed his name and was like, "Oh no."
Okay, what are you looking for in the Liberty that makes you say it is a?
it's going to have a really strong L, and then Iberty is going to be distinctly weaker. Like, looks like it was struck with a different die weaker. It is exponentially lighter punched.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find mine real quick. I have one. I'm just going to figure out where I have those boxes.
See, I was told that if you put the edges and they all touch that,
The bottom's more important than the top.
more important than the bottom? And how so in the bottom? Like this?
If you go to the bottom of your screen, it's at the top. There you go. If you make the bottom of your screen touch all of them at once, then it is. But see how it'll go to the top. Yeah, See how it touches the 7 before it touches the 0 or 1.
Yeah.
No, go to the bottom of your letters or your numbers, not the top. Bottom. Yes, the bottom matters more than the top. So if you can touch the bottom of the screen and you can touch the 7, the 0, and the 1 all at the same time, then you're looking at more
Large date.
more often you're at a small date if you can do that. But see, yours you can touch the 7 and it won't touch the 0 or the 1.
So that's large date then?
That is a large date sign. You
I
have it
was
right
making
there.
sure I understood you right because that
Right
kind of
there.
went all over the place for a minute.
So that's a large date sign right there. Is it? You can do that, and then the 9 will be noticeably pointed back towards the 7 a lot more than it is now. It almost has a horizontal line that points back, so it's not like angled towards it. Like, it almost like fully points back to it.
For a
That
minute.
looks like a variety though.
Okay, time to get some 70s out and have some look. Hello.
Is that machine doubling on the 1?
I don't know. It's potentially a variety. I'm looking at it now because the inside of your 9 looks a bit suspicious too. I'm trying to see if underneath your horizontal bar of your 7, it'll have a line either on top of or underneath the 7 a lot of times. But that one I do feel warrants further investigation. I would look at the rim, see if any other.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
look at the,
because I'm looking at the old age eyes, but look at the 9.
the bottom of your 7. Yeah, and so does the bottom of your 7. The bottom of your 7 looks like it has a little right at the center even.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in a flip.
Yeah, that one's a saver, I would say.
Yeah. Good thing I bought over $200 worth of supplies. I should have bought more stuff. More of the what do you call it? More silver, but I need to start putting some of my stuff away. Even the O looks a little odd too. Looks like the right side of the O is kind of wider and is narrower on the left side. Just a hair.
Did Pop leave?
You know something? I said he was asking for your email.
Who?
No, he was asking. What was he asking?
Popzilla.
Yeah, he was asking for someone's email.
Who?
Thanks, Who.
I'm looking right now.
I'm pretty sure. I would think he has it, but I mean, I don't know.
Who?
I think he was asking it for you, Primo. I think he was asking for you.
Oh, for Primos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I don't know. Do you have yours on your about page and whatnot?
Me?
And well, yeah, just anybody. I mean, I know mine's on there, so it wasn't for me.
I don't know or think so. I will have to look into that. I've never once looked.
You better get on it, dude.
And I don't stream on my own page enough to really know.
Well, nobody can find you to be like, "What's your problem, dude? We want to see you running liquor." You're 1970. Oh yeah. Oh yay! My little antique crazy busted table now has wheels on the bottom, so I can pull my 100 to box to and fro from the comfort of my seat at my desk. Yay.
Ew.
Human baggage handle. Whoa, I need to back it up.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know that you quit doing the trivia, or Dale.
What trivia?
They do trivia. I know on Wednesday afternoons. I don't. Oh, label. I hate. Can't find my vape.
you just did that every day for like an hour.
I always say laundry room because that's where I have to set something down to use both hands. And that's because my buddy Tim would always say that to me, like a house ago. He's like, laundry room, go down to the basement. Sure enough, even if it wasn't like on the dryer, it was around there somewhere.
Found a double ear on a 55 Denver-ish.
Thank you.
Coquito ear. I love it, Minnie.
You're trying to kill me.
Is there an S on there? That would be cool.
I can't look. I don't know.
Trying to see if I can see anything on the S.
Oh, that's what I was grabbing. Thank you, Heather.
Looks like something's there, but I'm not really sure because it's kind of dirty.
Right on, label. Right on, Dale. I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm just gonna save it. Let me get a flip. Right back.
I don't know what happened at my house, but I literally have two 1970 S's, and I'm kind of questioning that one because I can't even see that far away right now. Like, whatever. I'm like, they make
Too
sure.
much.
Oh, that one? Oh, you can't see. What am I talking about?
No, I can't see. All I can see is Hector's.
I was like, how can you
There we go. Hey, Darren, that was a nice Indian head. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 people. Why there's only 5 up there? Who am I missing?
Why are you still in charge of you plug that in?
What are you saying?
My phone is deciding to or say it's not plugged in and then plug itself back in repetitively, and I'm not appreciating its attitude.
Your wine doodle plugger's loose. The port.
It's actually the little extension cord. It's like a Christmas light extension cord. One of those little green ones with 3 plugs at one end. Whatever end that this charger's in is faulty. I've come to find out.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
There's so many ways I could have took that, and I'm like, yeah. Like, I have examples. Oh, there's one right there.
My guess on year is my guess is going to be 1904. And when I looked up, it was already flipped. Yeah.
Am I behind? Because I thought we already looked at it.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Me neither.
I'm so hot. I don't know what's going on.
I hear a lot of tapping, and I don't know.
Angry typing.
Nah, I wouldn't say angry typing.
Oh, you can hear it. Jeez.
Well, if you're typing, who's moving the coin?
Yeah.
Coins of video. Here. Let's see something.
Oh,
else.
the video? What makes sense?
Sure it does.
Oh my God, you had me get ready to like stick my finger on the screen, like, oh, I'm not live. But no kidding. 'Cause I'm- Hello, Rich Callie. How are you?
Hey, Rich is here.
Hello.
Hey, Rich, I got 3 cameras hooked up. I'm not gonna put myself on it. There's no way. I'm after working outside for a while. But I've got this camera, and I've got, let's see, this camera. No, that one. And my USB. And I have one more, but I can't get it to work. It's a old Creative Lab webcam. And so everything's working pretty much how I want it. Now all I do now is to Canada, what's that, silver?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a silver.
Yeah, the dollar, yeah.
39? Or
39.
59? 39?
80% silver from what I learned from this gentleman yesterday.
That is correct.
Yeah, I overheard you say that all of the Canadian silver was at 80, and I did not know that until you told me so yesterday.
Now, I knew the
So thank
quarter were. Are the dimes as well?
There's a little bit different in the dimes, I believe.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
I got to double. I know I got a place where I can double check. Oh, I can't check it on this computer.
Oh,
Damn it.
it wasn't that big a deal. I just was
Work
curious.
computer.
I only have 2 Canadian dimes, so.
I don't think I have any yet. I found a few Canadian nickels and, well, of course, pennies, but I think that's it. I've never found any Canadian anything else.
A friend of mine brought me a silver Canadian dime that he found on the truck yard cement the other day at his truck place where he parks his big truck yard. He said, I seen it, I picked it up, I couldn't believe it, I thought of you, and I brought it to you. And I thought, right on, keep thinking of me. Bring me all the
Good old-
silver you find.
Right?
Good old Lizzie. So, and then I've accumulated from like the junk bins and such.
Oh, crap. I've still got some of these Velcros
See
I
if I can
shouldn't
get
have.
something else playing.
That's not good.
Oh, right. No, thank you. Thingy. What the
I mean,
heck?
that's not horrible, but it's not good.
What the heck? It's small. There was one I wanted to show. I remember.
Jim Coin Hunter, you definitely have me beat because I'm more like in the single digit, low single digit and all that.
Well, I'm in the negative, so don't feel bad.
Somebody took yours? I'm joking. You didn't get any Canadian coins from Sitman?
Me?
Me?
Yeah. I just thought like maybe
Oh, this one.
possibly there was one in there.
Well, I'm thinking about buying a 1909 VDBS. I'm sorry, VDBS. I mean SVDB,
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure that I can fill that book I've got, and then start. Someone said the best thing to do is get the ones you can't get that are more valuable and work on the rest because the others are easier.
Start with the hardest coin of your collection because with time, it's probably not going to get any cheaper or easier.
Yeah. So
People who wait for the people who do the hardest coin last, like me, not smart. It's not a smart thing to do.
I'm glad I did because the offer that I was presented on something else, I was like, oh, F yes. Smart. I'm just really lucky either way.
Yeah, I got bad timing. Like my luck is not as bad as my timing is. I could say I got ish bad luck, but it's mediocre. My timing, on the other hand, I would say is not pleasant.
Oh, good grief! Now you're saying your luck was horrible the other day.
Yeah, but I realized that I can't say that as much because when I buy like my first proof set had a DDO, my first SMS set had the 5 on the cheek, my first mint set had the RPM 001. So like the firsts that I do get pretty lucky. So I can't say that all the time.
You just had to rub that 5 in my face, didn't you? Ah! It'll haunt me forever. I know.
Oh, you're gonna find one. According to how many I've learned exist, I think it's not as impossible as I originally thought. I don't know how many said person has, but I know it is 2 handful. Like the double, he needs 10 fingers at least to count them.
I already know. I'm pretty darn sure I know who you're talking about. If not, then they're my second guess.
Yes. No. It's who. I think you know who it is.
Yeah.
Just talked about it ish, and well, the man goes through a million proof sets.
We've already said too much. 21 mark.
I'm still on the hunt for 52 proof set actually myself. I want to cherry pick a super bird. It's my favorite variety, and I don't own one.
Look at one. Quickly. Oh God! I know I saw an invoice for a 21 mark today when I was going through junk and night before.
America, FPS. Coming to save the mother effing day, yeah.
Whoa! Is your kid with you?
What?
God. Hey, I'm not. Just
Hey, we're back on me. Okay. What was I showing off? Oh, this thing.
Good maternal instinct there, huh?
Young Coin Hunter says to Rich Kelly, I think Stern has a 1955 flat back pack proof set.
Yeah, I do. It's where are my soft set proof sets? They are potentially in this one. There's one. Hey, I found him. Indeed, I do. And it's actually a rather quality set. I was proud of it. Well, I was proud of that day in general. It was a good day. Rather early strike on the Lincoln, especially. But the amount of just how deep the fields are before the rim on this, it may not be cameo, but I know that that is a rather early strike for the Lincoln. The nickel seems like a pretty early one too. I didn't see any hairlines, which is pretty good for the nickels.
Darn it, Young Coin Hunter, I was digging for the invoice and it's for a 1921D, not a P. There's this thing. And circulated good, very good. It was $54.
You know, I swear my son's cat is crazy because he just ran into the screen door. I mean, the screen door, the glass patio door.
Is he doing the hallway thing tonight? Like the
Yeah, he is. That is not us. That's a French cat.
I'm telling you, they get the cat crazies.
Well, I told him I kept them still. Oh, I can say this right. I said I shouldn't have gotten them spaded. Yeah, but he would have been saner.
I don't know. We did that with Johnny Cash, and he's very smart. Hey, Stern, you got a question. Ask Stern if he's interested in trading his 1955 Bruce that Rich is at.
Yes, that is Rich is definitely somebody I would be interested in talking to with trades. Absolutely.
Well, you have his email, right?
Yes, I do. Or he has mine for sure. Which means I have his email that he sent me. I can do a quick search.
You're welcome.
But I'm pretty sure his email is legit his name plus AOL.com or something.
Yes,
If memory serves me correctly.
it did.
It did.
There, you have to pay Hector too. You're welcome. Thank you, Hector.
You're good. Yeah, I ended up getting really, really, really lucky one day, and I picked up 2 of them
Buddy,
for.
which email do you use? The one with the dot in it or the one without?
No, THASTERN69@gmail.com. That's the one that's my primary setup to my phone. The other one is my
Say it again, please.
PayPal. THASTERN
Mm-hmm.
69
Mm-hmm.
at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
So I made that email when I was like 15, when I first got my phone, which phone number also ends in 69, so it made sense. And now I feel weird every time I give that email out to a job.
You could make a new one and everything.
I did. That's why the David one exists.
It's like I didn't want all my stuff from work going to my personal email, so that's why I had like a portable storage one. And the Hoovy Hoop and Hoovy Hoop 1 because I couldn't remember my password to the original Hoovy Hoop for a very long time.
You can't have your work email be hotgirl69@aol.com. That would be no good.
I think
It depends on what your job is.
mstatic6@rock.com.
Well, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Used to be a service up here called Rogers at Home, and used to get email addresses. And at that time, I managed to get nobodyathome.com.
Oh, it was a domain supplier?
Yeah, and they were at home. Rogers Cable had their whole thing, and they did it, like I say, at home.com. So I got nobodyathome.com. They didn't last, though.
I believe that. Dun, dun, dun.
Actually, it wasn't that the company didn't last, because the company did, but they changed the at home. Something changed there. I don't know what it was, but we all lost our at home. Now it's whatever at rogers.com if you have one of their addresses. They ruined it.
How popular is the 1955 Denver double dial burst? Does anybody know in chat or anywhere? For the Lincoln, that is. It's not an aggressive one, but it's a wee bit of a double ear. And the 5 shows it a little bit at the top.
I guess that's my oldest penny there, eh? It's not,
Yay.
pretty much, eh?
What you doing there, eh?
Take off, eh? Hoser.
You didn't cut
Ow.
off. I always thought Canuck was an offensive slander word for Canadians, and then they named a hockey team.
No.
True story. I was like, if you call Canadian a Canuck, it's like a racial term, I think, but for Canadians. And then I started watching hockey as a kid, and I was like, oh, well, if there's a hockey team called the Canucks, it can't be that bad.
we're the hosers.
Yeah.
Oh no, Canuck is absolutely not a slang, not at all, and neither is hosers, by the way.
Yeah.
But that was Hoosier.
No, that's
No,
you
that's
guys.
a really
Ohio or Indiana. Indiana.
I'm a hoser.
Hey, I'm in California, so that's an accent to me.
Oh wait, the Buckeyes are Indiana.
Hoser
Sports ball.
is a terrible country rapper.
Who?
Hoser.
Yeah, I've seen that name related to music, sort of.
It turns out he lives in the same, like right next to St. Horder, like in the same, like right next to him. He says the dude's a turd.
I love how you just stopped yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say a whole lot of offensive things, and I was like, dude, we'll crank this down to like 4.
You did good.
Because I was midway for pumping it at 11.
Yeah, I got the definite hesitation, but you did it. I'm proud of you, bud.
Do we have young ones on the channel? We do have some in the neighborhood.
No,
Don't we?
Yes, we have.
Not mine.
I mean, we got YCH, but he's got a dirtier mind than I do Mouse, so we're good.
Yeah.
That's because he's just learning.
Little man needs
Chat
cheese.
internet.
Darn nothing. They
Unless
look
it's
it up.
an example of some kind.
Hey,
Right,
you
he's
want,
an adolescent. He's an adolescent kid who just was on quarantine for 2 months. I bet he's got one really buff arm right now.
Anyway, the little one that was in my room is no longer in here. She went to go lay down. So
does cats count?
that's entirely up
Sorry, I
to
was
you.
watching Dude Perfect.
Not usually past 1 or 2.
Where was he last night for Amy's thing?
And now, speaking of which, how is Amy feeling nowadays?
I haven't talked to her today.
Okay.
Yeah, Con didn't stream. We didn't do a private chat or anything like that. So I was really tired. I would guess. I don't know if they updated there's any results. She didn't message anything today. And I don't know. I'm one of those people that's I'm like, I don't want to bother somebody when too much, but there's probably a lot of people messaging them. But then again, it's like, I don't care. It's definitely not care.
Well, I'm making a mess.
You really do like coins. Who was it? Bigfoot would always say, I'd hate watching you guys stream. He's like, my desk is clean. And like, I start getting stuff out you guys are talking about. And Coin Hunter, I'm still thinking like,
Alrighty then.
I'm trying to send an email to Rich so I can get him up here, but for some reason it keeps on telling me there's an error of unknown means.
I'm getting 404.
500.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I get the 404. Like instead of like picking people and doing it on Facebook Messenger, it'd pop up like you were doing an email, and I'd put everybody's name in, and everybody's like, "It doesn't work." I have like starting at least 2 or 3 times.
It hit me with 404 more often than not. I've had it not work more times than I've had it work when you send it to me through Messenger.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like one in 3 or 4 that you send that way. I'm able to actually click on.
Well, yeah, that's
It's
why
normally not.
I like individually would put it on people's instead of just doing it where you just lumped everybody together.
Good old
Yeah,
Messenger.
it never worked on first attempt. It's always the second one that I get to work, if any.
Mm. So disheartening. Messenger is the whole backbone of Portal, you know.
Oh, Zuckerberg can lick my taint. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, I'm not thrilled with the idea of working for him, but it's what it is.
I put a meme of right when quarantine happened, and it was not even a meme. It was just a little thing that said, "Hey, we should turn off the lights for an hour one night and enjoy the stars with no light pollution."
Oh,
And
yeah.
call it,
Yeah,
and call it
I like
Space
that.
Day.
Melissa,
Well,
can you
it
send
got I got immediately received by a message from Facebook standards and regulations saying that they regarded that as spam and that I am now subject to a 30-day Facebook and Messenger ban.
Oh, wow.
I remember.
I screenshot. I have proof because I didn't think people would believe me. So as soon as I opened it, I screenshot that message.
Wow, that's
So, yeah.
pretty heavy-handed.
Zuckerberg can. I was offensive to do right when I can't go anywhere. Lock me out of social media. Dick move, bro. Dick move.
That's why you make extra account for backup just in case. You're like,
Well,
oh,
I have to. Yeah, because when you have to do that before you get in jail. Because when you're in Facebook jail, you can't make a new account.
It's like,
Nope.
I have an account floating around out there somewhere. I don't know.
I tried to make a new one. And it was like, you can't make an account for 30 days. And I was like, you piece of shit.
Here's something you don't know. If you get banned from Facebook, you're banned from everything Facebook. I mean,
Yep, Messenger.
every app, Oculus headsets, everything, every single thing, Facebook. You can't.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. You can't even react to
Oh my god.
I was mid conversation with people who now hate me, I think. I don't know. I haven't talked to them since that 30-day like breakup in communication. No, you can't even do anything. If you're kicked out of Facebook or if you're on a Facebook ban, you cannot you are screwed. You can't make a new account on a new email. You can't do shit.
Yeah, well, he's
My IP address couldn't even make a new email address to make a new account because when I made a new email, it still accepted it as being me and told me negative, sir.
rejected.
Well, it's a good system. Like, I mean, when they turn it on you, it works, you know.
Oh yeah, buddy.
It's definitely not broken. Yeah, you got to remember it's one rich guy's toy, no matter how you look at it. It's not a public utility, and he can do with it whatever the hell he wants, basically.
Oh, go into your settings and go down to like the very bottom, and there's a section that allows Facebook to track your audio movements and location even while off of site. It has an on-off switch. Yeah, so go into hit your little button, like you can do it now, and I'll like direct you down, and you'll be like, no, that doesn't exist, and then you'll see it there, and be like, oh my god, it exists.
The older Vizio TVs had the audio recording thing that you had the option to go and turn that off. Like,
Yep, yeah, because it automatically set on. Yeah. If you're in Facebook and haven't turned that off, it is recording everything you talk about, do, and it's allowed to see through your camera.
Oh yeah.
At their will.
I'll tell you, for Oculus, if you ask as an Oculus customer to have all the recording stuff erased, that's a formal request we have to do. Period. That's part of probably what the government came down on Zuckerberg about. But if you as a customer of Oculus say, I want everything that you've got on me erased, we have to hit the erase button.
Good. I'm glad that that's a law somewhere.
Terrible.
No, it's American law. I mean, I might be in Canada, but I supply based on American law. Like my job is based on American law, for sure. Because it's still an American company, right?
Yep.
So that's one of my old nickels there on the screen there.
Nice.
The 25.
I have here's a 58 half crown.
All photography done with the Samsung S10 Plus. Best
I think
phone
I
out of
might
China ever.
I might have the 9, I think, which is what we're streaming on right now as well.
Melissa, did you send the link to Rich?
Nope. I'm joking. I
Golly. It felt like a knife. Ugh.
Okay, so that's looping around. Young Coin Hunter, never put stuff down in text that you think that's the worst thing in the world to do. If you only type about it, you might as well sign the bottom of it. That's the last thing you want to do is translate your thoughts into actual typing.
transcript.
Some thoughts you keep to yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you erase them or not. It's still in there. You know, in there, in the phone. Did I throw you off with that, Hector? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, golly.
I like the way that king looks for his age. Good old George V. Still got a nice crown on him, eh? Like that top ring looks pretty sharp, and you can see some of his vestments. Just still poke him in the eye. Still stick a finger in his ear.
Man, I make my nose itch and my ear.
So that's who that is. Okay, thank you. I needed to know that.
King George V.
Richard
I have an Austrian one.
I found 2,000.
Let's see what else there is here for you.
2000?
Yeah, 2,000.
Yeah.
Let me see if it's got a wide or yeah. I found a 2009.
I don't.
Pardon me. Oh my, I was unmuted. Sorry.
Pardon, my son. I barely heard anything. You're fine. Stern, is this what you were talking about? The plug, the crazy plug, three-way Christmas light?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except it's not near as new age as that one. It's like the old school, a wee bit smaller ones, and has a cord.
I know
with it.
what you mean. Yeah, I just know what you mean.
And they're Christmas color green. That's how you know.
Well, I mean, I thought that one was, but it's like that, just slightly lighter green.
It's the exact same color as the Christmas tree light strand on every single pair of lights I have.
Yeah.
It's a 39.
Ooh, Richard's got some coins here.
How did you get here? Hey, Rich.
Hey, Richard, how you doing? 1922.
Got some pretty ones.
And I do have the 1925 and the other two. They're just, well, I think one of these is worth a bunch of money. Maybe I don't have both, but I've got this one. Okay.
What's it mean by near 6 and far 6? Is that the separation between the date?
Yeah, it was two versions of it.
Okay. Hey, Art. Oz is in the room.
Hey, Oz. What's up?
Órale.
Órale, hombre. Déjale.
¿Qué pasa, güey, vato?
Y cuidado con ese güey, hombre.
Hola, aquí no habla español.
Pero you'll see.
But yes.
I know, I've been in Mexico for a long time. My sentence was me saying, hey, I don't know Spanish.
No, I said, but I do, basically.
No.
Oh, okay.
My parents
I must have,
is what?
I've been in Mexico in many years.
Hey, Rich, I got my setup, so I have 3 cameras on my computer.
Yeah, one of the cameras, the one you showed last, I believe, was lagging a bit.
Yeah, that was my phone. It's on the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna try to see if I can still plug it in with a USB from my phone. I was reading up on it, and it's a little tricky, but it might work.
And I'm not sure. You might be limited a little bit on the internet connection. Might hold you up a little bit for doing 3 inputs. I'm not sure.
Well, I've got 60 coming down, and I've got 10 going up.
That's better than the other night when I checked.
Yeah, 10 should be good.
Remember when I was having trouble? I think I was talking to Rich about it a lot. I was only getting like 0.9 up and 5 coming down.
Yeah, and I forget who we were trying to help the other day, and I finally I kept trying to get him to go check the speed of his connection, and then finally Al, oldies but goodies, gave him the same link, and he checked it out, and yeah, he was getting 0.8 or something like that. It's like, okay, now we know why.
I feel rather fortunate.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to be braggy, but I got a hell of an internet connection.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We
I know.
got
750 up and 750 down.
Jeez.
yeah.
I know, isn't it sweet?
750 megabytes?
You know what you get 1 or 2 of? I get 750 of.
Very cool.
Nearly a gigabyte connection.
And I was like, "Are you serious?" He said,
Oh.
"Oh, really?"
Guess what?
Chicken butt.
I might not have the best speed, but mine's free now.
Nice.
My son's changed
Well,
job.
guess what?
His company.
Mine's mediocre speed, and I still pay for it. Boom.
Let me drop my mic. And we get to upgrade because they need at least 100 coming down and 50 going up. Hopefully that be soon.
It was pretty funny the way it went, though. I had like 150 both directions, and there was just like an automatic upgrade. They said, "Hey, if you've got 150, we're going to give you 300 instead." And I'm like, yeah, right on. So once I had 300, there was a competitor ad that came on and said, "You have 300, we're going to give you 600." And I thought, wow, okay. I called up my guys and I said, "Hey, listen, they're giving people with 300, 600. Could I get 600? Just asking, just asking." And the guy said, "Listen, we don't have 600 speed to give you." And I said, "Oh," he says, "but we do have 750. I said, "Oh, okay, then we'll take 750. And they put it up without another penny added to my cost whatsoever.
Nice.
That's what they did too with the TVs. The old lady went shopping for a TV and came home with a 4K. So I called them up and I said, "Hey, how much would it be for like one of those 4K boxes?" The guy says, "Well, we can come to your house and replace all your boxes with 4K boxes." And I said, "Well, I only got one 4K TV. All the rest of them are like normal." And they says, "Oh, it's all right. We'll come in. We'll do all the boxes." I says, "Well, why would I want to pay anything extra for boxes on TVs that aren't 4K? He says, "There's no extra charge. We just swap them out." I said, "Well, by all means, come on down."
Bring any extra TVs you might have.
It's funny, our 2 TVs, the other than the 4K one, the 2 are so crappy that both of their HDMI connections have failed, and they have to break out the HDMI connection into the individual connections in order to use the only connections on these TVs, both of them, that still work. But they are LCD flat panels. They're just garbage. But while they're still working, I'm still using them. Boom, 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 boom.
Miss Silverman, I did email you.
I love how these things look for 47. You know, that just like, I mean, those are circulated coins, eh? Those aren't anything special. I mean, they're special, but they're not. I don't know what they've, you know, I wouldn't rate them. I don't know how you, I don't even know how, well, I did study those documents and try to teach you how they rate coins, but that still seems quite the art and not so much the science.
Well, the big secret behind it is with like the Canadian nickel that you're showing, there's a lot of detail there. So you really got to know your stuff to get it right. But with our pennies and stuff, it's so much easier.
Trying to get
No,
my
and-
live camera.
And I
up and
guess I really shouldn't say that because I'm not that good at the middle grades, but when I get to the tail end of it, I'm pretty good.
I'd say.
I think you know quite a bit more than you let on, and I think you're an excellent resource for all of us, and I thank you for being there. I know your collection is something to be envied, that is for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now you made me bring out my little book. Switch me to my normal screen if you can, not my streaming screen. I'll get that turned around and make it the right way. There we go. I don't know. Does I zoom? What can I zoom? I don't know. I don't think I can. Pardon me. I don't think Zoom is in my. You had me there, but not no more. You're showing my streaming screen.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
So there's like. I wonder if I can keep that on. Oh, come on. I had this working better before. There we go. Now I can make it focus. There we go. Okay, so that's my only silver nickel, the 1902 there. And it's this whole page is otherwise empty. So there's the one, the only, if I can get a better focus. And that's the only silver nickel I have. The rest of them, as the page begins here, the smaller silver nickels are obviously all empty. But starting with the nickels, I begin at 1922 there with my little book. Now, my book is otherwise pretty full, including the war ones with the copper. As you can see in this little group here. Oh, come on, stay on. Why are you doing that to me? The screen turns itself off for me after a while. There's the back of the obvious copper ones. And then I go up to 1960. This book was literally, that's when it came out. The book itself is as old as the coins. So 1960 brought this book up to date with only a few spare empties there for you to go into the, into the future.
Yeah, and I would say that actually came out in 59 because they don't have any information under 60. If you notice, 59 has some information under it, so they were just guessing the next was 60 and whatever else.
Oh yeah, let me just see what you're saying there. I'm sure you know what you're talking about there. Yeah.
See how they give the amount minted, but they don't have that for 60.
Exactly. Now, there is a website I use that has been very good for me. I'll point it out and then you'll tell me, no, that one's the crappiest one. But you're desperate to figure things out. And thank God for the old intrawebs too.
I say interwebs too, and I make sure that we keep that alive for the new generation.
I enjoy it.
Interwebs. I love it. The good old interwebs.
Young Coin Hunter, those albums are my favorite too. Library of Coins.
Check out that website there that I've stuffed into the whatchamacalliter.
All right.
That one I found, like, I don't know how accurate, and you can maybe tell me even more, but for me, I've found it very useful. I've just thrown up one web page to it. It's got Canadian coins, Canadian banknotes. So you'd want to click on the Canadian coins banner and then price guide and values. And that will really help you with regard to Canadian coins. You can choose from the categories there, anything. And what is represented here is some pretty good information, I think. And it seems to link to recent auctions of similar coins, so you can get some kind of an idea what somebody paid for one somewhere, I guess. You know. No,
And
dimes.
Where did you put it?
I dropped it in the chat of YouTube. I've got a wrench, so it should show up.
Oh, I didn't see it. Let me go back. Oh, there's probably a lag.
No, yeah, a little lag. No, let me just
Before
see
Oz
here.
said he was going to crash.
Can confirm this little thing. We'll go for 6.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Oh, that's not the right one.
It's not there. I'm telling you.
And I actually have a pretty nice Canadian set of coins, but most of them are loose. I've yet to get some folders or albums for them, but I need to.
So I'm pretty sure the last Kennedy box I ended up with, or last box I have, it was the end of somebody who went through a plaid collection dump after looking at the book I put together. It seems impossible to have this many collected, like, amazing quality Kennedys in one box.
Well, I find sometimes because there's so many people that hunt those, that sometimes they get to the point to where they're out of money, so they turn in a bunch of the ones they were trying to keep.
Yep, that's exactly what I feel happened, because the amount of Kennedys I have right now that are proof-like for this for the 70s and 80s is insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's somebody handpicking after a while.
Yeah, I was on my 88 Philly, proof-like, my 91 Philly, 92 or 91 Denver, 90 Philly, 89 Philly, 87 Philly. Yeah, so they were on a Philly kick, which is cool for me because I live in Denver. Yeah, I just looked at one of the books I put together because I bought all 3 push books when I was doing them. And my 80 to 2000 book, or 87 to whatever, is amazing looking. Quite impressed. Oh, yep. Well, I still have that sitting out right here, actually. Come on. It's cool that I have one of those, and it's cool that the only one I have is one that you don't, considering you're the only person I've ever met who collects them.
Huh.
I find that just to be ironically, coincidentally perfect, which is why it's going to you, because I have one, you have a bunch, and not that one. It seems like a puzzle piece that just goes there.
Well, I had one in my original set. In fact, I think it was one of 2 that I had folder proof sets. But that collection, I've yet to find those. So I may no longer be the owner.
Oh, no, I mean the tokens.
Oh, and I love these tokens. I just got another person that has a book made up.
Yeah, no, my one Honolulu transit token, it's the only token I've ever even come across. And I find it weird that you're the only person I know who collects tokens, and you don't have that one. So it seems like it belongs there.
Well, that works for me.
No, that's the same reason I'm actually selling my autographed hockey puck to somebody. I have like a couple hockey pucks and one is signed. I went over to this dude's house and he's got like 400 signed hockey pucks. And I was like, all right, I understand why you want it if you don't have it. And I can see why, yeah, it belongs there. You can buy it. And those proof sets was just a day I got really lucky. Kind of. It was a hole in the wall. It was the weirdest coin shop I've ever seen. It was built in the storage part of an auto shop garage area. There was like 6 auto shop or garage doors for mechanic work. And in the center of them, there's a little green door with a room that was like 8 by 8. That was a coin shop with no affiliation to any of the garages next to it. It made no sense.
Huh.
And it was also in a trailer park, which is I thought I was gonna get beat up going there. It was weird. But I found my first wholesaler that day, so it was really
Cool.
everything I buy or he can find, he charges me gray sheet and not a penny more.
That's nice.
Right?
And
I was like, oh my god. And he'll hunt for stuff for me too. Like if he doesn't have it, and I guess he said that his partner will actively go out and hunt for it, and they'll still charge me gray sheet.
That's cool. Yeah, that doesn't happen very often anymore.
No, and it's because he's one of those people anymore. He's been in that same spot for I guess like 40 years, which is why it just seems so out of place because everything else just kind of happened around him and he refused to move. And I don't know how he gets business. He has a very small thing on Google. If I Google coin shops near me, and finding it is one of the hardest things I've had to do when it comes to locating a building. But I walked in, he had a bunch of proof sets in there, and it looked like they hadn't been gone through very much at all, let alone in the past 10 years.
Yeah, I don't think I ever showed the other albums that I got from Kittle when I bought those. So when we're done looking at the Canadian stuff, I'll show you.
Go ahead, Rich.
Oh no, I'm enjoying the show.
Okay.
Now, I was really lucky and I was part of the Michael Kittle Canadian nickel and penny.
Oh, when he had like the 5,000 nickels.
Yeah, so I got a big old bag of them and the bag has his name on it. The canvas sack, which is really cool. That was actually the main reason why I was doing it.
Is it embroidered with Kittle?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's one of those heat things, but
oh, the iron pack. Okay.
Yeah, I forget who did it. One of the coin collector gals. But yeah, it turned out awesome, and I did really good. I almost filled the later Canadian book. I think I was only like 6 or 7 coins short. And then the older book, I did probably 12 or 15 coins. So yeah, it did really good. Ida Herring, thank you, young coin hunter.
Rooster got quiet.
For like 4 seconds.
No, she's been quiet for a while.
Can you hear Rich Kelly talking?
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear Rich right now, Hector?
Yes, I can.
Oh.
When he said hello, hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because I was talking there right before you said that.
Oh, okay.
We're actually nice and don't interrupt you like we do the commoners.
I was going to say that, but yeah, okay.
I'm on one tonight. Honoriness, because you know why? The good bank's open.
Well, if I can't get coin from my bank, I was considering going to E Pluribus and get a 5,000 penny bag.
If he'll do it.
If he'll do it, right.
I really like those earlier ones.
1907? Jeez. Darren says he can't hear me.
Newfoundland. I thought that was Canadian.
I think he means none of us can hear him. He probably needs to drop out and come back because that's usually how that works on anybody else.
Who's talking? Who said this?
Midnight Silver One says to ask Porter for rolls. That's another good idea to do. Yeah.
Sellers a badass.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He's a turd though.
I
I don't think
don't know why you keep saying that.
I'm saying I'm in the basement. He's backstage. Yeah.
Who's backstage?
I don't know. Darren.
There's Stan Horder right there, my snail. There he is.
He says,
How you doing, sir?
dark down here in the basement. Come on, Hector.
Well, I've got 2 old nickels up right now. Should I take one out, or can I hear
Darren picked
Darren?
his
Can you hear me?
I'm so confused.
You can't win them all, bud. You got to pick one. Nice day.
2 people left. Let's see. It's me, Rich, Hoovy, and Stern. Let's see who comes back.
Oh, I thought you meant all together.
Something that's not a bad idea. I think I'll talk to Stan Horder later about buying some rolls from him.
And yeah, my camera's just off, so my phone will charge a bit faster. And when there was that many people, it got real glitchy.
Really?
I think we about lit your phone on fire the other night, didn't we? Or morning?
Well, yeah, that was probably on the desktop site right now. I'm staying on the other one.
Yeah.
That makes my phone so hot it says that it is no longer allowed to charge due to overheating now. So
Yeah, that was like you were like, give me 20, and I was like, I'll give you longer, and then I don't even remember. I got me, ooh, something shiny, and yeah.
Yeah. So
Like,
using
2 hours
desktop,
later, like, hey, buddy.
using desktop side of my phone is no longer an option.
Which one do I choose? Darren, and I got 2 Darrens here.
Looks like you have a Darren right now.
One
Well,
is me for talking, and the other one is my shared screen. If I go to the shared screen, does that mean you can't hear me no more?
If you do
Can
the
you hear-
share screen and he deletes it, it's going to knock you out again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll figure that out when it happens.
No.
Green hog. Hey, Jenny Henson, how are you? Yeah, he's going to knock your screen share out to show anybody else, and then that's going to knock you out. You have to stop your own screen share.
Okay. Let me just see how long this is going.
Actually, this is a good time to organize my boxes. This is cool.
Hector's like, can I get anything done without you people like just demanding stuff?
Oh, right.
As a matter of fact, it helps me concentrate, really. Rich and I, when we talk, he's going through his collection or his postcards or I like his postcards, especially around the country, like the old 1950s. And he's got older ones too. He can tell you all about that stuff, but I enjoy his postcards as the old photograph.
I've been around for a few postcard look-throughs, not a bunch, but a couple.
You know, that's one thing that my aunt used to do all the time. She used, wherever she was, she always sent a postcard. And since she was a religious nun, when she went to Europe, she'd go all to the basilicas and cathedrals and the shrines, and she'd send a card from all over the place. And the cards were like fun just to read, just figure out, and we put them on the map, you know, where she was last time. And she's always traveling. Every summer when she's off from teaching, she's traveling somewhere. She's been to Canada, Mexico, South America, most of Europe. I'm not sure about Africa. Can't remember, but she traveled a lot.
I found a perfect coin to test the community. I have a nickel that's a proof nickel that's a double die, but it also has extreme machine doubling, and they're on opposite sides of one another. So if I bust it out and say, all right, tell me why you think this is doubled, and see where they point, I can help people understand what is what.
That's problematic because, you know, you and I come to the same conclusion, but I'm always looking at something different than you.
But your mind, if your mind's going to true doubling, it'll still point to one of the things that means real doubling and not one of the things that shows mechanical doubling.
So have you just been letting me slide this whole time?
No. I found this is a specific coin that it shows doubling on one side and machine doubling on the other, and I can use it to test to see where people look and what they're looking at. Because if you're looking at things that are true doubling, you don't have to look at the same exact thing I'm looking at. I mean, the doubling shows on a bunch of devices.
Because I was going to say,
it just shows on.
I'll go cook my eggs, you know, my breakfast, and then I'll see you in a day and a half.
So it's very separate.
Hey, Cherie. Good morning.
All right. I did a bunch of research on behalf of this room, and I have some more facts for you regarding the Canadian dime and how much silver is in it. Go back to 1920 and go back from there, and you'll find that what we're looking at then is I'm just getting the percentage to pop up here so I can say the exact percentage. 92.5 silver, 7.5 copper. And that you've got to go back from that date all the way to the very first ones that were made that way. But after the 1920, they became 80-20. So you got to go for some very old Canadian dimes to get the 92.5. But it was 92.5, 7.5 copper.
Wow, so it's basically sterling silver almost. I mean,
back in the day. But by 1920, they went to 80-20, and it was 80-20 ever since.
Hello, Sherry Ward.
So what happens if you take a bunch of 80-20 and melt it down for pouring purposes? What kind of silver do you end up with? What do you have to call that? Sterling?
That's the question I don't have the answer to.
If you melt down Canadian and start out with 80 and 20, what do you got when you're done?
Worth a Google.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? Ask the Googler.
That's why I like doing hangouts when we got young coin hunter with us. The young coin hunter is the Googler. He's like the watchtower. It's nice. I radio him when I need information.
Okay. So that one's been around the block a few times already. Let's see what else we've got for you. Since I am stealing the screen until I get cut off or kicked out. Well, let's go off country, shall we? One that's not even in the list. That's pretty common. I don't know how common this is. It's not common for me. I don't think I've even shown this one yet, but I don't think it's an unusual coin, really. I think it's normal. half franc, I believe. 1982, so it's not really particularly old or anything. Do you still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yay, still working. Oh, and the camera's still live too. That's a.
And Hector, just so you know, I don't have a whole bunch of postcards from the 50s. Most of those are 30s and older.
Right. But I was trying to, no, I misspoke the way I said it. I should have said that my favorites are from the 50s. That's kind of like my dad's era, my mom's, and my grandparents, and my older or younger uncles and aunts.
I forget what they call that hat dance.
Tapatio.
Ole!
My buddy's singing in the other room.
I like the shield here. It's got some decent stripes on it, and they look pretty good.
I like that one.
I like those.
Well, now, what is a half a franc equivalent to?
I have no idea. None whatsoever, I must say.
Would it be 50 cents? I'm just at the top of my head.
And Michael Kittle just bought a big old bag of those in AU and BU condition. Pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Now that's a good close-up for a crappy phone camera, I thought.
Yeah.
And then I used I took the reflector off my LED light, so it's just the bare LED, and I move it around. I find it's a more diffused light than with the big reflector to get it fashioned into a beam. And I don't know, I like the way it looks. I can see things. I'm kind of blindy, so I'm blind. My glasses are brutal.
Yeah, that reminds me. I gotta get new glasses too.
Yeah, me too.
You guys got any kind of plan that helps you pay for them? Because boy, they're
I
expensive.
know. Just my frames alone are like $800.
Oh wow!
John, who do you have insurance through? That's
Yeah,
horrible.
my wife has excellent insurance.
Oh gosh, your contacts or frames. I think drop $100 on it.
Yeah, I pay $100 a year for contacts to see. Well, plus
Well, no, ours is
contact.
I can't do contacts.
That looks pretty washed out. I don't know what we're looking at here yet. Okay. I still don't know what that is, honestly. I blew away the little chunk of crap that was on it.
a tree.
Yeah, it's a tree, but I don't know what the coin is. It's not a Canadian coin. It's I don't know.
Probably a euro.
Looked like a maple leaf, I think.
No, I don't believe that's a Canadian coin. I'm not sure though.
No, I have one of those. Where was that from?
Australian?
Al knows. Al knows right off the top of his head. That's when the oldies and goodies will shoot you an answer immediately because he told me what mine was right off the bat.
Yeah, he's good at those.
Is that one like super small around?
Yeah, it's like penny sized, I believe.
Maybe a little even smaller actually. I think because I think mine. I only keep finding it over and over because it's smaller than a penny or dime.
You know what I do with those? I get the eBay out and I just take a picture and then it tells me.
What tells you? eBay?
eBay?
What? How does that happen?
Yeah,
Magic?
Yeah.
it has a search for item option where you can take a picture to search for something.
Dang it, man.
Item.
Yeah, that Coinoscope program works pretty good.
Yes, it does, except for modern quarters. It couldn't tell me what a low quarter was to save its life. But for all foreign, it's never been wrong for me. But I tried to get it to identify a low quarter, and I tried probably 24 times, and it gave me a different coin every single time, and not one of them was American.
Ooh, I wonder what that one was. That's pretty nice looking, whatever it is. Anyway, let's get away from this. Unknown coin. Coin of unknown nature.
That is a euro.
Cool. €1. Yeah, I think it did say that now that I... Anyway, onward. €1.
Who false teeth is that on your desk?
Oh, these are my uncles. I don't know who these are. I forget his name. That's why he doesn't get a jar. No, Coin Hunter was saying he didn't know where, or Young Coin Hunter said he didn't know where to look. So I was like, I'll try to make my desk a little more interesting. Let's see what,
That'll do it.
right?
My dentist, he collects a lot of different things he's a dentist, and he collects like old probes and scrapers and whatever. He also has a set of wooden teeth that were not famous. It's just that he found a set of wooden.
Well, you know, like George Washington really didn't have wooden teeth, like that sort of thing. So.
I didn't think it did. They did. No, he did.
You know, I've got a couple oddities that are kind of funny. I've got these copper dishes, and there's a 3D image of a young lady in a rather short little skirt kind of thing, and then you turn the dish over and it shows a
derriere,
a bear behind.
That's the stuff.
No, my buddy's
Sounds
in
French to me.
For saying derriere, like trying to be.
Yeah, I was trying things.
Derriere?
Derriere, indeed.
In comparison to what women
I've actually got a bunch of stuff like that. It's really hilarious. Oh, and I just have risque photos from the 1800s that are really funny.
Oh, that's
They're doing ankles? No.
Yeah, good stuff.
So they got some shin showing.
Now that's some pantaloon pictures.
We got net people. We have.
Hey, Louisville, I'm glad you found it. I know the struggle because I was doing that the other night and I was getting.
Have you seen the new bikinis nowadays?
Yeah, they're back to like the ones that look like from.
I mean, I don't. If it was my daughter or my wife, I'd say, no, I don't think so. But,
No,
yeah,
I mean like the high waisted, like seriously, like the 1950s ones. Those were like back in style. Like,
when I saw it, like, have a-
That's when they
not like we live in Brazil or anything. I mean,
they do.
I feel you, Dad. Sorry.
I've got a picture of my great grandmother and grandmother on the beach. My grandmother's about 6, and it's actually in oh shit, I'm not gonna remember. It's a famous pier in Florida, but it's when the bathing suits for women were nearly suits. I mean, there's so much to it. They're lucky they didn't drown just because of all that material. And
Did they also wear a hat too at the top?
yeah,
Yeah,
Cap.
like that.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yes.
I didn't get kicked out and lost when my screen got changed this time. Just make a note of that.
Whatever did you do?
I didn't. I just got swapped out whenever Hector wanted to swap me out. Now we're watching your keyboard.
There you
But
go.
I'm still here. So that's cool. It worked, in other words.
Oh, dude, they've got like a funeral car thing around here that looks like that. It's like called The Last Ride, but they pull behind a motorcycle.
It's actually
all-
one of
All glass encased. It's really
this is one of the first limos. So and this one's really, I love this picture. I have about 7 relatives in this one.
What does it say on the side of that thing? What Uber? What's that? Uber. What's that? It was the world's first Uber.
So here's that risque photo.
I got collarbone.
Except for that gun.
Oh, and that's I fought really hard trying to get this one rifle that was in an auction, and it ended up going to ridiculous amounts of money, but it was a BB gun that actually took a shell.
Really?
And still shot a 1 BB?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Is that like Annie Oakley there, or what do we have?
It's like a black powder BB.
A risque.
Oh my, isn't she beautiful?
well, yeah, and the corsets. That's like
Oh yeah, man, that's a lot of work, but she's young. What a lovely lady.
no. I just mean it like in that day. That was like
That's how you knew you worked at a brothel.
you were showing some ankle.
That's
You
a
know.
lot of work. That was like body modification. That's crazy stuff.
Oh yeah,
Stuff
mess
put
up
it
your
put a
internal-
dent in your heart. So here's that album I was talking about. So I have
Did the Smokes provide the other picture as well? Same as on the back?
no, that one's blank. But this was really cool. I like this one. It goes to 39. And then I have the second album that goes 39S and on to
That's for the Navy boys to put in their pockets and the Army guys to put in their pockets, and they can think of home when the fighting's tough. Be thinking of home.
yeah, it was
different than my husband's phone. Sheesh.
1880s or 90s era. Could be. And here's a nice one, a little harder to find.
I'm sorry, was that dimes we're looking at there?
Nickels.
Nickels. I got nothing that age.
Yeah, these are the very first of the slide out plastic lined, so you could see both sides of the photos.
I have no idea how these work. Is that what you do? Slide them out?
Yeah, there's 2 pieces of plastic that slide out on these. One that goes on top of the coin, one that goes under it.
What do they give you in Canada?
You can see both sides. Yeah, and I thought that one album you showed, the album of coins one, had this too. So you can just slide those out. But pretty cool, because these are the Raymond Waite albums. Although it goes by a different name. This must be after they sold Megrig.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are the same design. I don't.
So they have the staples. This is what you always watch for, because normally these are super rusty and ruin the albums. But mine are in pretty good condition. So, and I've got a few of these. I've got them for nickels and for mercury dimes, barber dimes. So I've done pretty good because they are hard to find. And these are the best albums when you see them with nice looking older coins. They're always worth buying if you can afford them because they normally have their original coins in them. And normally it was only serious collectors that used these because they were pretty expensive at the time. So I had another one I was going to show.
I wonder how wicked hard it would be to get these missing ones these days. Probably wicked hard.
I don't even know what you're talking about, sir.
Oh, and looking in my dime book, I've got all these holes, but they're
The Canadian ones?
yeah. Like for example, I've got 1909, 1910, 1911, 1912, but I'm missing one of the 1913s. There's two. I don't have a 1914. I don't have a 1915, but I have a 16, a 17, an 18, a 19, all the way up. But I'm missing. I have these few little holes that might just drive me nuts.
Send me a list. I've got most of those.
No.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, I was trying to find my bag of Canadian coins. You'd be shocked. I have several huge gallon-sized Ziplocs, just completely, well, not completely full, but lots and lots of coins. I have the $50. I have the ones that you were showing before. I have the large cents that go way back. I think I even have the half cent. So, and then same thing with stamps. I've got a beautiful Canadian set of stamps that go almost all the way back.
Stamps, not my thing. I have some, very few.
Well, the Canadian ones were very nice looking stamps. So this is the Eastman girls.
Wasn't that a song?
Like the Kodak, Eastman Kodak, or what does Eastman mean?
Yeah, they ended up joining, the family joined Eastman. They had photography shops, and the father did photography, but he also was a chemist. So he did all the chemicals, and they joined forces with Kodak and did really good. So good that they both separated again and went individual. But it's funny. This is the photo before they had money. And then I have another one. I don't have it right here, though, but they're all in mink stalls and pearls and all these just gaudy jewelry. And it's all real. They made tons of money. So, and I even have my grandmother's camera from back then.
Well, I don't know about minks and all that kind of stuff and how they keep over the years, but you can't really go too wrong with nice jewelry.
No, I wish I had that jewelry. But that's the one thing my family gets so frustrated at, or with me, is because I have all this valuable stuff and I won't let go of it because it's handed down from family.
The problem is, you got a collector and the family is going to maintain it after you're gone. I was given all of this by my dad. This is not my doing, but I'm appreciating it appropriately, I hope.
Yeah, I'm lucky. My one daughter says wants nothing to do with it. My other daughter is, how much is it worth and where can I take it to sell it?
Oh my God.
I know.
But at least she's honest. I'd rather her be honest.
I hear my heart skip a beat.
And then I have
I don't think I was as reverent of my collection before I had it out and laid it on the table, honestly. I might have been more like an I sell it person than an I keep it person, but now it's changing. Well, it's changed. I don't want to sell a thing, actually. I want more things.
God.
Nice 55 mint set. Missing a couple coins. Actually, I have a couple of them, but in the process of filling them.
Richard, do you still sell those mint sets in that configuration?
Yeah. In fact, they had some that were double sets because the way they displayed them in the plastics that they housed them in, showed, all the verses on one and all the reverses on the other. So you got double sets of coins.
And if you can find those now, you'll find the most beautiful blue, purple, red, orange toned coins you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah. True original patina and normally extremely high grade coins.
Oh God, that is my it is a bucket list goal to find a double barrel mint set is what they're called, with the card in between. That hasn't had any of them cherry picked out for quality yet. Just one that I can say I found in this. I'll pay the premium that they need. It's just that I've never seen one or even been handed the opportunity to look at one.
Yeah, I sold a few of them when I first got this big collection.
But that's actually one of my true bucket list goals. That and owning a $10 gold Indian.
It breaks my heart because knowing now what I know, I would have never sold those ones. I would have found something else to sell, but that's how we learn.
Try not to regret.
That's how you make them never. That's how you make them never do that again.
Try to move forward and not share with too many people. So don't tell anybody.
That's right.
Okay, you got it.
So why don't you go ahead and put somebody else on? I'm going to see if I can find those Canadian coins.
Cool. Thank God for the internet. This could never have been possible in my father's time. He would be so amazed.
What is that?
That's my German knife.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, it's so neat. And it's actually...
Is that like pearl inlay?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Little pen knife. Cool.
Swanworks, Germany. Oops, I got my big light on. Oh, I think I just found those coins. Go.
Midnight. I almost wish some of the stuff my grandma, I guess you'd say, that was stuffed away from my grandpa. I'm like, I know she mixed some stuff up in there and was like flipping out about her war nickels that her brother gave her. And I'm like, all of these are like so rubbed out, you know. And everybody's going, don't get rid of it, don't get rid of it. And I'm like, it's junk. Come on, guys. So I'll have to wait another like 10 years and then do something. Nobody gets time. I don't see how that works. Hey, you get it to you, but don't do anything with it. But just hold on to it. Stern knows. You remember the whole fractional gold thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why I had to buy that one the other day at the LCS. I was like, that was $2. It's just like, you understand what I was saying now about the other thing.
Here's some of the nicer world coins.
So you do the postcards. Do you know anything like about old Valentines?
Postcards, yeah. Does it have milk on it?
Like literally old Valentine's Day cards.
Oh yeah, I collected the greeting cards too.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah, Jesus Bentley.
Anything about really old doll clothes?
Oh wow, that's in really good condition. I had a buddy that had found some old baby shoes like that. But not in that shape.
Yeah, this is too small for a person, so it had to be doll shoes. It's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, I still want to go over to my grandma's and grab that doll and show it to you. That World War II one.
I've got a bunch of Cupid dolls and some of those.
Oh my gosh, forever. Oh my, yeah. I was not allowed to touch it unless she got it off the shelf and put it on the table for me to look at. And
So, and I've also got one of those. Should I forget the maker now? For those real special violins.
Stravinsky.
Stradivarius.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's
oh my god, that movie, The Red Violin, that used to be one of my favorite movies.
It was really interesting because I took it in years ago to have an antique collector friend look at it. And he said that although the violin is really special, he said the bow is extreme. So, and I made the mistake of telling my aunt. And then it went missing the next Christmas party.
Amazing.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Gotta love family.
I feel you.
No, I mean you have to love family. You don't have to like them.
Yeah, that's what they say. Now, I'm not finding my big bag of Canadian coins. There's some in here.
Get in here.
Swimming in the sea of slabs.
$85. That's probably the most recent. I think most of my stuff is older. 62. $50.
I've made a little list of my dimes and my nickels already.
Okay, you can send it to richcali21 at AOL.com.
Better write that
And I'll
down.
gladly go through them. And if you want, go ahead and give me a link to one of your videos you wanted me to check out for lighting and stuff.
Well, I will. AOL. So RICHCALI21 at AOL.com.
That's it.
Sweet.
This one's got a real nice die break on the date.
Where's it from?
Columbia. So and I've been trying to find my super coins. I have a whole bunch of the large. Ooh, that one's loose. Boy, I love that the tone is showing up these days. So nice to show you guys a coin and have it show up the way I see it. You take that for granted, and it's just so frustrating when you need it. Here's a neat one.
That's funny.
I love these Eagles.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that one's part of my mint set. I think it's like seven or eight coins.
50 centavos.
Not that. I was mumbling to myself.
That one's not showing color.
Richard, the one with the hole in the center? Ooh, what kind is that? Yard?
It's right there.
Wow. 2 fillers. 2 filler.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Could be one of those, Kyrgyzstan, Gagistan, those Kyrgyzstan. Looks like it. You let off a fire rocket? Oh, jeez. Young Coiner says that he just lit a small fountain firework on the porch. He said it was loud. He said it was a good way to wake up the neighborhood.
My wife needed me and I was gone for a little bit. I'm sure I missed some really cool things, and that's cool. Where's that from? That looks Greek. Is that Greek?
Yeah, I just showed a couple of them, but it was this one.
How can you keep the kids from making go-karts out of those little toys out of them? Those look like perfect little wheels.
You'd be shocked. My grandkids are, well, first of all, they were, as babies, going through my Morgan collection, the ones that are in airtights, and played with them like blocks. And I did that so they'd get used to them and not be scared of them, because some of the older kids were a little too careful with everything. I told them, if it's in airtights, have at it. That's why they're in airtights. But yeah, all my the younger half of my grandkids have all raised with the coin collection, so they've always had tons of them. Like these here, the tube with coins in it. Oh, they pull them out, put them back in, pull them out, put them back in, just all day long.
I didn't catch though. Where did you say those were from?
I'm not sure.
Okay, fair enough.
One looks like almost Russian. I don't know the languages hidden. 63. I think the other one's just 50s.
Have you got Canadian dollars?
Yeah.
Silver dollar?
I have 4 or 5 mint sets with the canoed Indian.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have
Wait, do you recall what years?
early 60s, I believe.
Cool.
But then I've got the older half dollars and stuff all the way back to right to 1900, I think, maybe a little bit further. But then I have the large cents and the half cent, I believe.
Let's
So
see here.
I was pretty lucky. A lot of these were in a collection I had bought, and I paid for the U.S. part of it, and I told them that I wasn't really interested in the world ones, but if they had nowhere to go with them, then I'd pay them something for it, and I did. And I'm glad I did, because there ended up being a lot of really nice coins.
I forget how to do this. In that stream I'm streaming now, we've got 3 coins from Malta. These funny little aluminum things with flower shapes, as you can see in the. Hey, that's nice. Look at that there.
Yeah, I have the rarer date one too, which is I think the 1909 one.
I got to get to the bigger picture here so I can enjoy that. Fortunately, YouTube is a little bit behind, so I can just zip over to YouTube and I haven't missed it.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a scratch on one side, a little bit of green growing, but
I'm not actually seeing that one on YouTube. I'm a little bit behind. I'm going to click on the live button and see where it gets me. Yeah, bang on. Now I'm looking at the, wow, 1908. And so that's called a what? Is that a Morgan? No, that's not a Morgan.
no, this is actually from the Philippines. Now, there's an S on it. It was minted in San Francisco.
I'm confused.
U.S.-owned country.
But it wasn't ever used on the mainland in the United States, just in the Philippines.
Right.
A peso. Oh wow, that's cool.
And the red book, it has. Here's another one. The red book has them listed in it. So, oops, let me put this down. Philippines.
Okay, so on YouTube, you just lifted the 1944 Philippines coin, 10 centavos, Philippines. So it's a little bit behind, but I'm quite enjoying this.
And I think I'm not exactly sure when it changed, but somewhere around this time they started minting their own coins. I believe. And I've got a whole slew of them, and they've actually gone way up in value. For some reason, they started to become collector's items.
I know that the Canadian Mint strikes a lot of coins for different countries.
So does the Denver Mint. There's a book on how many foreign coins the Denver Mint strikes a year, and it makes sense that Philadelphia mints a lot more coinage for America than us out here in Denver, because they produce a boatload of foreign coinage.
They're busy.
Yeah, Denver's pumping out a lot of other stuff. That's why they don't do as much Lincolns and nickels and stuff.
But that's where you got the opportunity of those really weird strikes that are, what do they call them? When they're one country, one side, one country on the other?
Oh, the mule?
Mule, that's right, the mule. That's got to be, oh, look at that. That's good looking. Confederación Helvetica. That's Helvetica. So that's Germany?
I'm not sure. I don't know these coins very well.
Helvetica.
Although I do have one of my streams, and I went through a bunch of these, and oldies but goodies Al named them all, what country they were from, and what denomination.
Okay, let us pull the... No. Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's pull that one.
Yeah, and I've got notes too. I got tons of the paper currency.
Fosterlander.
Foreign in mint condition, some really nice ones. So Hector, what were the roles that started your stream?
The Payne's nickel, the 4 rolls I did today.
Oh, I remember seeing that now. Okay, so you were just going through them?
Yeah. The only thing I found worthwhile was the 42 Philadelphia nickel. Wow.
All right, well, let's document these. Hey. Now, when you think of Indian head, now that's an Indian head.
It's like the barbers, a lot of people don't care for them, but boy, when you get one in really good shape, they're beautiful coins.
Okay, so is that the barber then?
No.
I was just saying, because the Indians, normally see the Indians and they're in such terrible condition, you can't really tell how beautiful they actually were.
But barbers are the same way. Barbers, I personally am that way as well. I do not like barbers myself because of how horrible the collection I would collect would be based on how much I can afford. For an AU or even an XF barber collection, I ain't got that kind of money. But I love Indians, so that's actually an AU collection I'm trying to get, minus the 77. Because I don't think I can afford a 77 in an AU condition.
And I just went through some of my barber dimes. Let me see. I think I have them right here.
Barber is a dime.
Barber did there's quarters, halves.
Oh,
He's a designer.
oh, geez.
That's that outburst right there. That is a Baba.
I'm just waiting on YouTube for it to come in the big picture. There it is. Okay. 1914.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice one. You want to be able to read Liberty. That's got most of Liberty written.
Yep, and you got an actual rim.
Headband.
So what you got is like a $40 coin there, American. That's like a $50 coin or better Canadian, if not even more. Wow.
And these were priced a long time ago. That might have
Yeah.
gone up a bit.
I'm pretty sure they're a little bit more than that for that now.
Yeah, yeah.
One, that surprised me to hear you say $40. I looked up again to look at the condition. I was like, "Whoa, no."
No, I'm reading from the number there. I know nothing. You got to take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I was looking at my scope and made me look up.
Almost like a $40 coin. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I got like two Morgans and two Peace. I think they're gorgeous, and they're not that gorgeous, but they're gorgeous. I think they're just great looking coins.
The Morgan,
I'm rather proud of a few of my Morgans. Oh, I need to look up what the 2015 double die looks like. The Cent Hoarder kind of wanted one.
So this is the way barbers normally look.
That's even better condition than normal. I don't see the ones out here don't have any rim definition at all. It's all the denticles and rim are gone on every one I've ever seen out here that isn't really high priced.
So I actually have a full tube of 50 of them, but they're more in this condition here. Not too bad.
That's about what I'm used to right there.
Some certain dates have a little more value. I've got a couple that are semi-keys that they look about like this and they're $50. That one's got a nice color.
Yeah, that needs to be set aside for settlement. He might want that.
Now this one says it's full split bands, but I've come a long way since I graded these. So this one actually has a one little tiny head that'll keep it from getting full split bands. But it's darn close.
I have a 43 that I think would get a full bands. Just one. This is a pretty good 47 Rosie, though.
That one's got the full split bands, but it's in a dirty holder.
Yeah, those are my favorite kind of holders, but they scratch so fast. What's the error coin? Double.
Yeah, die break, doubling. But see, I was marking machine doubling as well.
Oh, okay.
You go back through them all.
Okay.
You go back through them all.
I found a doubled 85 Philadelphia dime today. That was random.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just kind of in my way as I was moving stuff around. And I looked at it and I was like, this looks kind of bubbly for being a dime. Like the letters on the front, the lettering on the front, it's just super loud like. Dime. That was random.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a 59 Denver. Those were the toners that I showed you yesterday.
Yeah, this one's supposed to have a spider web die break. I see it between the I and the B, and after the Y,
Yeah?
and across the forehead. Here, let me. Yeah, see all the die breaks?
Yeah.
Is that one?
7 to.
Oh, nice. Is that the one across the nose to the rim?
Yeah.
And then one on his forehead?
Yeah, there's 5 of them on the coin.
You'd be surprised how many proof coins I have that I could. Oh man, there's some insane cool breaks that happen. You'd be surprised. I like when they hit front and back.
Yeah, and this one's got heavy die breaks on the back. Just not as many. So it makes you wonder how far did this die go? How many coins did it mint after this?
I got a quarter, a 73 proof quarter. That had to have been one of the last like 10 coins because it looks like it blew up right after it. It cracked through the rim. I gotta find that thing. I think they explode. I think they go until they actually blow up.
Oh, here's one you'll get a kick out of, if it's truly what it says it is.
Oh snap! What is that? That's an S. How's that a? That's
What
not a
kind
40. It's not a 45.
But
That's not,
trumpet tail.
yeah, I was all because that's not a micro S. That's the. What year had the trumpet tail variety? Is that the 41? 43. I'm gonna have to go through my mercs now because I forgot about that.
Wish it was in better condition.
How rare are those? $65 for that condition, roughly, for base back then. So
Yeah, and it's bad.
wholesale market stayed the same, roughly.
Looks like fine.
Yeah. Obverse definitely better than the reverse in that case.
Yeah.
Which is yeah.
That's a pretty coin there, Rich.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
nice
trumpet tail. I've got a couple of them.
I need to hunt down and see if I do.
Got one really good one.
Oh my God. I just opened something I've never opened before.
What's wrong with this S?
It's inverted?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that 45? 42.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about the tiny little S? That's the mint mark, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Learning.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure on that one.
So
Some of
that one,
these
that one looked a bit odd.
a while ago. I think I went by the thickness, and that's not how you do that one.
Yeah, so that one looked a bit odd when we looked at it with the coin upside down.
I just found something interesting.
And that would be
One of the coin books I'd never opened before. It's full of American coins.
way to go, you.
Yeah. Holy crap. Dad, thank you so much.
Yeah, it was pretty common for most Canadian collectors to fall into the American coins.
I have a, what is this?
Back in the day, it wasn't, there was more U.S. collectors happening, so
1907? What's this?
Wow.
Right.
Do you have a V nickel?
I'd love to be on camera and show you these ones.
Go ahead.
Let me get the live cam back up here. I'm actually still watching YouTube.
I did that.
So I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go. Okay, other way around. Let's not involve my fat belly in any way, shape, or form.
There's a barber.
That's a barber.
That's a barber quota.
Okay, so I'll show you the flip side of that.
And that's where it'll tell you quarter.
No, half
Oh,
dollar.
half. It's half. Oh, it's my size ratios were wrong. I thought it was a smaller hole than that.
Okay, cool. So that's a barber $50.
And what we look for is you hope that there's feathers showing on both wings. If you got feathers showing on both wings, you got a coin that the
And-
collectors like to
and
put in
Liberty.
books.
And Liberty on the front. If you can read Liberty on the forehead and have wings on the back, that is a registry quality coin.
Well, she looks a little rubbed out for that. I remember about the Liberty now that you mention it. My lighting here sucks the big one. I've turned on every light I've got.
But the headband goes more than halfway, so that's a good one too.
Agreed. And it still has rim. You can still see a difference between the field and the rim. And for barbers, I've learned that is a hard thing to come across.
Okay, so these other ones, I'll try to focus up. I've kind of got these.
Oh, Silver Kennedys, 90%.
Yep. 64 is the only Kennedy that's 90%.
Oh, really? Okay, well, here's the next page. There's more of them, I guess, right? These are all the same.
Some that are 40% silver. If it goes 65 or to 70, there's 40%.
Correct.
Okay.
And if it's a 1970, you get double bonus because that's also the first Kennedy or half that was really made for not intended for circulation. You can only find them in the mint sets that had the Denver mint set.
Ooh.
So you do.
And it's a 40%er still, so it's a win-win.
It looks like most of these are 64s, so that's actually a good thing because the 40s, although they're nice to have in your collection, if you just have a couple pages of them, you want the 90s.
I see a Morgan.
I see. Yeah, what year is that? Oh, 21? Yeah. That's one of the ones. Oh, there's some good toning happening on that bottom Kennedy, though. I like that. Here, those bottom two, you got a good rim of brewing.
Let's see if I can swing
Yeah,
this
there
around.
is good details on that Morgan, too.
Agreed. Yeah, those are when they're time appropriate. Yeah.
And there's
That's a
our
good piece.
dollar. Wow, your dad did good.
Yeah, and I like this book. Whatever book you have is doing good for the rims on all of these 90%ers. I like what color it's turning the Kennedy rims. It's going to start a portrait tone.
Sideways again.
This is a Library of Coins book.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure.
Darn rights it is.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's one of the really old ones. I like those ones.
Yep. I've got a few of them. I love them.
I enjoyed sharing that.
I enjoyed seeing that.
Sherry Ward. Oh,
So here's the Canadian version.
yeah. This is the one you were showing earlier. Oh, it's not. 35. Nice. I used to have some of the early ones, but I sold quite a few and gave a bunch to my grandkids. And of course, now I wish I wouldn't have.
Booby, are you still here?
I hate hand holding the camera, but
I think Hoover left.
and we actually see some through the next page, so that is somewhat confusing, but nonetheless. Actually, there's a little bit of toning on that one.
Well, those are definitely PL Canadian dollars right there.
Most of their dollars were,
But yet they don't give the proof designation for them. Why?
because most of them had it.
Well, so I mean, so they give a proof like, but they don't actually have a proof like we have PR.
Right.
If most of them had it, I'm confused on why they didn't make that an actual thing, like have the PR designation for the dollars.
Well, I would think because it's a grade given for American coins for very few. I mean, because they're rarer. So when all of them have it, it's not something that needs designation.
When it comes to stuff that's more, I don't know, proof-like, I think of something like this.
Oh, is this one of the special mint sets? Yeah, I like these.
Hang on, I'll get that.
Yeah, freshly polished, black and white. Yeah, that's a DK. Yeah, that's why I hunt my proof sets. Find me some 50s like that.
And they got the back page too, plus all the documentation from the mint and whatnot.
Yeah, and I like that it's in a smaller holder. They made it just a little bigger than the coins. Some of them they get a little carried away.
Agreed.
See, this is the double dollar with the silver dollar at the top and the regular circulation style dollar at the bottom.
Young coiner, if I had them, I wouldn't be trading them. Those are really sought after.
What do you ask for?
The Library of Coins typeset albums.
Treasure Trolls had a bunch, but I think he already kept the ones he wanted and hooked up the lucky ones who got them. But he purchased like 15 of them off of Facebook the other day for some astronomically low lucky amount of money.
God.
He had Morgan books, he had nickel books, he had quarters, and like he had an array of Library of Coin books, and I was like awestruck.
Yeah, I got some of mine from a coin shop in town that just dumps them, so they don't really worth money.
Yeah, my ACLs is very aware of their books, unfortunately. But they don't leave any of their books full when they get collections. They refuse to leave book. They go through every single book and pop out every single coin and then sell empty books.
Oh.
Yeah. I was kind of hurt by it because they have a bunch of books, and I was like, "Oh, are any of these full?" He said, "No, we pop them out every time we get them."
You know what that's like? I got a rationale for that. If you look at it from the point of view of Lego, you can build really cool things out of Lego, but people break it down and sell it. You never sell the cool thing that you made. You know,
Right? It's
Yeah,
true.
they make more money individually, but not as many buyers when it's a whole set. But the sad thing is somebody spent a lot of time putting those together, more than likely, and normally they're really beautiful coins.
Good condition. And I mean, what if I don't trust your opinion on what is quality enough to not touch with bare hands and throw in a bin like a Neanderthal, because you don't think that there's a possibility of having a coin that would grade at 68 and bring in a top amount of money? But that's exactly how you find one, is somebody who got it the day it was issued back in the day and put it right in a book.
for this page, there's the only one, the 1872H. This is, did you guys catch that one? This one is the
Yeah.
20 and 25 center. So that'll be a 20-cent coin. That'll be the one of those weird 20 centers.
Yeah, I have a 20 centavo, but I have yet to get my American version.
Okay, so going on to this page here, we're actually looking fairly full here.
Yeah, and our 20 center's tough one to come by.
Yes, sir, it is.
I've had a few of them, but those are the ones my grandkids spot. It's like 20 cents.
Odd denominations, that's right. But I want to build a Cuban odd denomination set of Philippines, because they have the 3-cent trime, they have the 20 center, they have the 2 center, they have all of them. And they look oddly American, so I think it would be a cool set to build. Like, they even have bicentennial 3 center, and that's like a really cool looking coin.
So we would move on from the 20 and 25 to the 25 book.
And you can see which one he had out more often.
And here we're looking pretty solid. I think the pages are going to be, I'd be surprised if there's much missing, honestly. But let's find out together. I'm not sure. Oh, the next page is missing quite. Oh, no, it's not. Pardon me. Goes right to 1960 and past. This book is full.
So this one ended in 58. They did 59 and 60, but didn't put down the mintage.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's cool.
So that's the quarter books.
And that's what we call original album toning.
Yes, sir. We should hashtag PCDS to watch this video now. Buttholes.
I agree totally.
He's going to have to make sure he saves it. I think some of these stream things don't get saved afterwards.
Because they're getting pretty, I would say, just ignorant when it comes to what is original toning on old copper. PCGS and NGC are losing their minds.
There's the last of it. Of this, well, I guess I should try to, that's just for the OCD and all of us.
Well, nice that we collected all in the same albums. That's really nice. Well, chances are it was the era he collected it. This is what was available in the higher quality casing.
Well, we have a completely empty first page, which is cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
and those ones are tough.
Okay, so here we have a 1902, an 05, an 06, a 10, 11, and 12. All shot keeping my gut out of the frame. Unbelievable. I'm a photographer. Yeah, these are not on my channel at all. This is a special viewing. I've never shown these.
I know some of them you hadn't even seen yourself, and I like that. I like the mutual surprise.
Oh, that blew my mind. I hadn't realized that book was well, what it was. Then that's it. So this is just a couple pager, but good stuff.
do pay attention to the mintage, because when you see one that has 200,000 and you have it, check the price. You'll be shocked.
All right. So 37 through 47, no problem. Got them all. We
Yeah.
must have got doubles here somewhere.
Mintage on that first one.
Pardon me?
What's the mintage on that first one? 192,000.
Oh, shenanigans. That's going to be a pricey coin.
Yeah, he's got a few dates with that, and one with 287. That's 30.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I bet there's a couple museum quality collectors who'll be wanting that.
Here, I can look it up for you.
Well, this is for us.
Yeah, well, yeah. People would rule. So that's why I collect the half cents, because if you add all of the half cents that we did all together, if you add up every mintage all into one number, it's under 7 million. And that is original mintage number, not even survival population. That is just crazy to think about. Really nice condition, 1968.
Yeah, you can normally tell when he was collecting them because you'll start to run across coins that are just about perfect.
Well, look at this. I'll show you something. This is me being a jackass here. Look at this. Okay, so here we have this book of them, right? And there's some more. Look at all of them. Those are all 50-cent pieces, and that's not even all of them. That's just one little bottle I decided to dump.
And just so you know, as soon as you dump that, all of us cringe. Don't want to dump them like that. Take them out very carefully because it dents the crap out of them.
Roll the jar even. Don't even pour the jar. Roll the jar to where they have a constant little swirl at it. I do the same thing with my penny tubes. I don't let them fall all down. Like, I'll twirl it, then do a quick roll out around the rims.
Well, thanks to you, they may get treated better in the future. No promises.
Oh, there was one kid that had his grandfather's collection, and he did that in every tube. And oh my gosh, I wrote a big paragraph comment in there. Telling him I cringed. I had to turn the volume down to listen to it.
Oh yeah, that would just kill my heart.
But when you don't know,
yep.
I know how to kill Hector. Tell him I'm getting them made into rings.
Oh, jeez.
I almost cleaned my coins before I realized that was like the biggest no-no ever.
I've cleaned them all in preparation to have them turned into rings. Yeah, that evil. It's just evil.
People would hunt you down.
I'm not that evil. Is that a shilling? Do you guys know that one?
I have a few shillings. It should say shilling on it, I think.
I hear all you people that don't like the Queen, eh?
Well, when she was young and hot, I'd have done her. She's just been on the cover for too long.
Been on the cover for too long. I'm with you there.
yeah, it's like 2 shillings.
2 bits, 4 bits, 8 bits a dollar.
It's funny, my grandfather always talked to me in bits when he talked money.
Hang on, let's just put this over here for a moment. Throw that over there for a moment. Some of the weirdos. I have to take a closer look at this myself. Hang on, throw the loop on it and I can, maybe I can show it through a loop, can I?
Yeah, depending on the loop, it depends on how easy it is. But yeah, if you have a trifocal, it's super easy.
Yeah, if it's a big enough loop and your camera focuses through it.
I don't know if I have the science to do this. I'm not sure that's any better.
Not much, actually.
No,
I
it's not really.
didn't notice a magnification change at all.
No,
I have one loop that everything
it says,
when I use the camera to look through my loop, it shows it upside down out of one of the loops.
it says new penny. I wonder how old Penny feels about that.
Right?
Who knows where from New Penny, but New Penny.
I would say Newfoundland. I don't know. It just feels right.
Yeah, I've got one of those. Those are nice.
I'm going to try the loop with my eye here for a moment and see. Oh, this works better with the eye. Okay. New Penny 1. Come on, tell me something. Elizabeth. 1971. It isn't old.
No, that's why it's a new one.
But it still doesn't give me a country anywhere.
That's weird.
New Penny. That's all I know. It's one of the Queen places, so it could be Australia. Well, here's from Cyprus. Government of Cyprus. Here.
Oh, that one's cool.
Three Cyprian something or others.
1955.
So we can flip around that. I don't think that's the Queen.
It says Queen Elizabeth.
So it does. Yeah, my screen is considerably smaller probably than yours in this case. And I'm glad you can see it because I can. Okay, so here's something else yet.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's on the floor.
I've got
Okay.
a 28-inch screen that I'm looking at.
I'm going to find that one later because I'm not going down onto the floor right now. This is pretty run-of-the-mill, but have you seen that one? That's the Canadian commemorative 5 cent coin.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that one. I've got that one. You guys have a few of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we were there. Here, I'll show you some other stuff to make you cringe. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? I mean, you're holding your chair. You're going to be all right. Like, prepare
I've got my
yourself.
face plugged. I don't want to hear it.
Are you ready?
A whole coin, I guarantee it. Oh, no, that doesn't hurt my feelings.
I'm not going to bang them together, but they're not like in anything nice. They're just right there.
Well, that's
Right.
okay.
Yeah, and although they're not in anything nice, they're still very nice.
Okay, okay, now we'll do this.
Don't
If
drop
you're
them.
No, we're not.
not in a humid area.
We're not going to do that. We're going to do this.
You like to look at your coinage. I feel you.
Cool.
Now, these are some of those more
I wanna-
basic. Go ahead.
What
I
are
want to start a side job.
the background?
Sorry, what about the background?
Okay, they're dated sets.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I want to build coin display cases for gentlemen exactly like yourself that have an array of stuff that they would like to display in a way that still allows them to have shelf room. I would like to do like custom, really thin wooden and like plexiglass cover display cases for desks and walls and such.
Here's some toning for y'all.
Got some money green.
My rainbow toned RCMP from 1975, 3, whatever it is.
73.
Got some money green toning right there. That's a good looking book.
Yeah, I'd make my shelves out of flat bronzed glass. It makes it really neat.
Yeah, I want to do stuff like that. I have a huge interest for that. I mean, carpentry is, as most collectors I've found, carpentry is huge in my life. It's one of my favorite things in the world. So I would like to make, you know how they mix lacquer and the color in with the like the sealant. So they make, like, they pop out the knots in wood and they fill it in with that acrylic.
Yeah.
And they put color in it, and then they put a light underneath it, and it shines like, if you have blue mixed in, it shines like water. I'd like to do a whole bunch of stuff with that, and then like coin cases for sure.
I've got probably a $6,000 or $7,000 burl slab out in my garage waiting for me to finish my table.
Yeah, and I'm
Special type of walnut. I forget what it's called, but the grain is just ridiculous with eyes and swirls, and it's 3.5 feet wide by 9 feet long.
I had to move this Russian military sergeant when I was doing moves. He had a Russian oak family dinner table shipped in that we had to move. That thing was solid oak and like 8 inches thick, and it was something like 4 feet wide by 8 feet long. It was the heaviest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, because that should have taken like a half a dozen people or more.
It took. Well, there was only 2 of us, and he thought that was going to be enough. And then once he saw that that was not even a joke, and we weren't even little people, he helped, and then he called in 2 of his, I don't know, lieutenants or whatever they are, to come in and help too, because he realized that that was not even a legit thing to even request, because that thing was, and it was that expensive too. It was like a $10,000 kitchen table.
Cool.
I know this based on his attitude when we were anywhere near a wall.
I built one table that was 28 feet long, and then I built another one that was just a little bit longer for some of the private tasting rooms for the wineries.
I like the new ideas that people have had, like the room conservation tables, where it's one design, and then if you open up a few things or if you turn the table, it makes it like 4 times the size.
Okay,
But,
well,
like,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those are really cool, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead and finish.
oh no, you're good. No, I had not much more to say. I was just
I
going to say
just got excited. That made me remember something that I know you'll appreciate. One of the
good.
I built, and I owned it for a short while, but they sell for such good money, I just gave in. But there's these round tables that are like 4 feet around, maybe a little bit bigger.
Is it the one that you spun and it got bigger when it spins? And
No, I built those too, but this
that's
one,
my favorite.
you pull it apart, and all these panels start to flip down, and it turns into a desk.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I
Built
watched.
chair and everything, and the chair's adjustable up and down and slides forward and back.
I've absolutely seen a few of those. I love my research when it comes to certain things, and that's one of them where I have found and saved every one of those little like advertisements, clips, or videos that I've ever seen. And like the desk ones are my favorite. Yeah, where the chair is a part of the desk and it folds up into legit like the size of a fold up plastic table for parties.
Yeah.
But it's intricate and wood and dovetailed everywhere and gorgeous. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Some of the wood I had access to, one of the lumber mills I dealt with that I got my really good exotics from, had it was a family-owned business for 100 and something years, and they had huge lots of the old Tiger Black California oak, And
Oh, see, that's cool.
yeah, quarter sawn, so it has all those really big flakes that you see in the real high dollar antiques.
Yeah, see, I'm like, I want to do stuff that encompasses cherry red cedar and the blue kill beetle because their wood grain design is roughly the same, except one is red and one is blue, like almost equally distinctly colored, like different even. Like one is that blue and one is that red. And I would like to encompass something. Because there's a lot of that blue kill up here, and it's expensive, but because there's a lot of it, all of the tail ends that nobody really wanted in the, like for the industry, those you come across not as infrequent as you would think.
That's cool.
I would love to end up with like a root stump portion of a blue kill beetle tree that I could carve like a bowl out of and stand it down and finish it. That would be gorgeous. Have you ever seen the documentary Alone in the Wilderness, Rich?
Which one?
Alone in the Wilderness, Dick Brennecke.
I think so. Is that the guy that uses all the old time tools?
Yeah, he takes up tool heads and carves his own handles and builds a cabin out of homemade tools and documents it with a wind-up, with an old wind-up camera, and does all of his document and narrating himself for the portion. And he ends up living up there for 40 years in Twin Lake, Alaska.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have.
He did a second one, so there's also Alone in the Wilderness 2, where his brother comes up after like 10 years of him being up there, and his brother lives up there with him for like another couple dozen years, and he's got a Sea-Doo plane, so you get to see him fly around and take all this sweet, like legit interaction footage of Twin Lakes, Alaska, and all the surrounding areas that you can't get to. Anybody who's never seen that, I advise it. Changed my life even.
Yeah, it's there's some pretty amazing people out there, and the ones I really like are the ones that go to like the 1700s style tools to build everything.
Yeah. The only thing modern he used was when he did his roof at the cabin he was going to live in. He did some of the weather-resistant black, like the black stuff they put underneath your shingles.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that was not nature-built. He didn't use nails. He didn't use anything. He notched the wood together and Lincoln logged it, and then packs moss and mud in between each individual log he lays down. And he builds it with no nails, and then he does a wood hinged door with a handle and a lock, and he carves it all out of wood.
Yeah, there's some pretty neat ones. I was in this one place, and it had this round staircase, one of the real tight round ones.
Yep.
And it had no nails in it. It was all peg and finger joint.
Yep.
And when you put weight on it, it actually made the joint stronger because of the design. It was really cool.
That is awesome. I love stuff like that. Like I'll find it one day, but I came across a dude who did a rock wall behind a fireplace. But I don't know how long it took him to find these colored rocks. But he did one of those like color placement, like take a step back and see what it really is photos. And it was almost the Van Gogh Starry Night in rocks that like warped up and turned and swirled into this like into a big old like reddish rock for the sun. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm not talking big rocks. I'm talking like river rock size, skipping rock pebble looking things that he built an entire full wall around this fireplace of that, and it was the coolest thing I've seen.
Yeah, one of these days I'll come across pictures of some of my speakers and things that I built. It'd blow you away to see my speakers were over 6 feet tall.
I want to do mailboxes. I think it would be cool to like sweat logs and warp them into the shape of a mailbox and then hollow them out and then do like wood etching on a log like oak trees or aspen trees. You know, the white ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got those in abundance up here, and I think that would be a really good marketable and cool thing to do.
You know, I had an uncle that was doing furniture. He had a lot of fun doing stuff like this, but this is all pretty simple stuff.
With regards to building your own speakers, are you familiar with the Jensen folded horn design?
Yeah, I actually copied it because it was such a perfect system. The Klipsch corner horns, are you familiar with those?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I did those ones too. For my high end, I had the Altec Lansing horn. It was 28 inches by 8 inches, I think, and had a 5-pound magnet on it. I also used piezo tweeters. My lowers had 4 12-inch. Yeah, I had a lot of fun building speakers, but that design ended up being my favorite. I basically had concerts at my house, and people would line up down the street to come join the party. And the funny thing is I actually had my music blaring, and I would still be able to hear my telephone or somebody knock at the door because it was that efficient.
Well, look at that. We like coins and big speakers, and we both know what a Jensen folded horn is.
Yeah, and I was running, oh shoot. I built a couple stereos at first when Quad first appeared. Used the Dynaco company for, there's a couple companies, but it's Dynaco that I bought some of my stuff from. My stereo gear, this is in the 70s, it was phased linear. My amp had 2 individual amps and pushed 1500 watts peak channel. Forget what I used to know all the specs. My phonograph, the needles were between $300 and $500 for the needles. So, and you could tell the difference when you played an original master recording LP versus a normal. You know, here's my postcards. That one's neat, but not that special. But this one's a velvet. It's from turn of the century, a little bit early, possibly teen. Here's silk thread. I think these are Spain. I forget now where they came from. Here's another one. That's all silk. Here's the ones that were more expensive, and it's because this is a little fluffy pillow. So it's fabric with padding. Possibly silk. I'm not sure. I think this one's silk. Here's a embossed card. These are really hard to come by. This one's just unique. It's not really that valuable. So here's a picture of my grandmother and great grandmother. My grandma's on the right here. Here's another grandmother. Now I told you guys about my story with Sacagawea being part of the Lewis and Clark Trail because of my family members. Well, this is part of that family. Richards and Sparks were blood related. Oh, here's a picture of the engine in my hot rod.
Cool.
Yeah, that one did 10.5 seconds at 132 miles an hour. And it was a big giant lead sled Dodge. That one was all balanced and blueprinted, and it was funny because I had it built in a German shop. My buddy raced Volkswagens, and he ran the exact same time as I did. The suit was a little different. But yeah, this is one's all built with all German, all the mechanics inside is Schneider. So we called it my
Sorry,
German.
kids, I got to break in here.
Well,
The wife requires an actual trip down to the doctor's office to be checked out about something that's going on right now. So I'm going to let y'all go. Bid y'all adieu. I'll catch up to you later. Rich Kelly, whose name I don't know, I've sent the email away, so you should already have that. Thank you so much for your interest in helping me with that. And everybody, it's been awesome. We'll see you real soon, huh?
Get out of here. Bye.
all right. See you later. Good luck. Wish you luck.
Well, this is serious.
Well, that's
He had some panic in his voice, so I hope not.
absolutely.
I think I'm gonna call it at 5:30, guys. The sun's coming up, and the wife's on vacation, so she's probably got a honey-do list for me tomorrow, today, I should say.
Yeah, you're good. I'll go back to watching my reference videos.
The Conservatory, Lincoln Park, Chicago. You know what's fascinating also, Rich, is the people's handwriting.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, I always wondered, their handwriting tells me what kind of lifestyle they had. 1905.
Yeah.
I like hearing that because I practice on my handwriting for that exact reason.
I'm sorry?
I said I practice on my handwriting for that exact reason because I used to have horrible handwriting. Then I became the boss of a company. Like I ran a crew, so I had to give detailed reports to my boss, and I had to do it on a nightly. So I changed distinct things on how I wrote to where it really affected. Yeah, I try now, even if it's not cursive, because it's a dying thing. I put forth effort into my writing instead of just writing, because it says a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah, this is actually 1870s or 80s.
And I can still read that because back in my day, cursive still existed in school.
Yeah, and in reality, this person wasn't very well educated, or otherwise there'd be some really big loops. When you don't see the loops, it's somebody that didn't get formal training or didn't go far.
Yep, and in our day and age, when you see the quick lines like a 2 without a loop, or like what else was a really big one for me that I used to do a lot that I stopped. The more bubbly and cloud like, the calmer the person. The quick shorthand that's real choppy and
Oh, that's genealogy right there.
Yeah, it's one of my family trees. This thing folds out. It's huge. It has a couple hundred names on it. And the neat thing is I have all the letters written from each other's, asking each family member to please give their family history as best they know, and to go to the oldest person living in the family to see if they had a Bible with more information.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about my family. Very, very, very little I know about half of it, and the other half I know nothing.
Well, send me a email with your last name and your other family names.
Oh, I'll give you If you can get me a picture of what my father looks like, I will pay you money.
Well, you'd be shocked how easy it might be. So, especially if it's a unique name.
I've went down a rabbit hole pretty far. I've made it to where I found out where he was born. I had it to where I had a social there for a while, to be honest. But I couldn't find a picture. I could not find a picture. And he died in '95 before photography and like cell phones became massive.
Yeah, but
I bet you can find it. I believe in you. But I have searched the easy routes, and it's not as easy as one would hope.
Do you know how far he got in school?
No, I have no idea. I searched the high school yearbook route too. I mean, I tried that. I couldn't really find where he went to high school, so I don't know. Because I started, because he also, I know where he's buried as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That'll give birth date and sometimes location.
Oh, he was born in Honolulu, and I can totally, yeah. I had his social, I had his birthday, I have his full name. He had a brother that lives in Arvada, which is like a town that I am pretty close to. And also, I hit a point one night when I was a little depressed and inebriated, where I found his brother's phone number through a backdoor search, like throughout a bunch of stuff. But his brother did not have a voicemail, and he did not ever answer the damn phone.
Did you ever see an obituary?
No, I've never seen. I could not see the. I did not make it to where I could now.
Because that normally gave who was still living for siblings, and sometimes that could lead you.
I know where his parents are. I know who his parents are. I met them once when I was a little kid. They ended up moving out of state.
Tin can.
Yeah, you're tin cannon.
Hey guys, I'm gonna call it tonight for 5:30.
Already.
Sun's already coming up. Man, Rich, you and Stern and Melissa and everybody comes on the panel. It makes my night. It really does. Perks me up and gets me re-energized into the coin collecting stuff.
Yeah, and it was fun getting to see that the person who said they didn't have many coins had a ton of coins.
Yeah.
And nice ones.
Yeah, especially the ones that I said there was only like a few 100,000.
Yeah, that one. That's why I told them to look at the mintage, because I noticed that they were hundreds of thousands, and it's like, whoa.
Is that an ashtray?
It's an aluminum tin.
Distiller's
Some-
Corporation.
Sometimes they use these for those ink blotters for the
Yeah.
fountain ink pens. But I'm not sure. It's kind of an odd size. Normally they're a little bit longer, but yeah, this one's really cool because it's just aluminum. It's really thin, but it doesn't have a ding or dent.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was for being that thin, and I can hear it's light.
Yeah, it is really light. But yeah, pretty cool. And Shenley, I think they still make alcohol.
I've never heard of it before, but it probably is.
Well, it's the distillers, not the brand of the.
Oh, I see.
So it might be, just them as a manufacturer with a different name for the alcohol. But hey, I was glad to see you on. I just wish I'd have caught you sooner. I watched a video for 45 minutes. If I wouldn't have, I would have caught you sooner.
Oh, no problem. I'm gonna try to get on more often. A little earlier, like about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, our time.
Okay, thanks, Sherry Ward. I have fun showing it.
Oh, and Troy was profusely apologetic about not making it because he said he fell asleep. I said, hey, I fell asleep during, streams, so don't feel bad. I mean, it's okay. We can make it another time.
History man?
Yes. His
Yeah.
name is Troy.
Yeah, that's no big deal. He was sure dressed up the other day. Did you see him all in his suit?
Yeah, his fedora. Yeah. I told him he looked dapper in it, and I told him that I wish I could wear. I'm used to wearing baseball hats, but I don't think I have the face for fedora. But I know my grandparent did, and a few of my older uncles, but somewhere around the 50s, it started losing style, with the younger people. And I guess it just carried over. Nobody wore hats.
Yeah, well, maybe one of these outfits will fit you. Look at that one.
Oh my gosh. Just can you imagine all the memories of these young people there? Now they're older, and their generation, the family now.
Yeah, the ones on the bottom row here that I'm zooming in, these are great aunts. And this one too. Well, I actually did two of them right there. And then the blonde right there. I think she was a redhead then.
Oh, okay.
But she's a feisty one. She was always the pretty girl, and she was the one that men tried to rule, and she was a very in command woman. Nobody led her down the road at all. She had her own direction. It was pretty funny. She, as a much older woman, was just an absolute kick to talk to, and you could tell what a firecracker she was.
Yeah, I used to. I don't see him as much because the quarantine. I can't see my dad's friends over at the rehab hospital or the assisted living, and all I can do is call my mom up right now, and I can't see her physically. But
so frustrating. Just can't take these chances.
Well, I kind of figured out the reason why we had the grandkids. My daughter and my her boyfriend were really, really tired, and she was just hoping for one night of rest, without the kids. And we took them on for 2 nights and 2 days. And she goes, "How can you guys do this? You guys are older. You guys are working." Bubba, that says, "Yeah, because the kids are a joy for us." Wow. I wish I had that many family pictures. I really wished I did.
And this one's down by you. I wish I had the name of where this is at, because you'd probably know it. That building that's showing up on the right, there's a big famous area that's still around.
Well, it looks like a courthouse building.
Yeah, it's not. It's a oh shoot.
The factory?
No, it was a like a big giant bunch of storefronts.
Oh, well, if it's in Fresno, they're still there.
Yeah, and this one's right on the coast too.
Oh, okay. So that probably more towards like Monterey or.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the ocean right there.
I have a photo of the Cliff House too, with the same, almost the same outfits. They traveled up and down the coast and took all these photos as they went, and it was fantastic. Here's the first photo I ever colored. Didn't do a really great job, but this was a long time ago when Photoshop first came out. In fact, it's not even Photoshop. It's Picture It, a Microsoft product. But that's my grandma.
That is something else.
Yep, and that car was the one they did their honeymoon in, and was my grandfather's first car. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, Rich, I really appreciate your time, and it's always been fun and pleasure talking to you.
You bet. Anytime, Hector. I'm always happy to share and chat.
Okay, when you come on, I'll go on your stream, and I'm pretty sure that we'll have a few things to discuss.
You bet.
All right, sir. You have a good morning and a good day.
You too. Take it easy.
Everybody in chat, thank you. Be healthy, stay healthy, and keep remembering your family. Bye, everybody.
See you guys later.
Good night.